Do me dirty, Snake, it's fine.
Don't say do me dirty right after we just had the bottom discussion.
Snake is getting ready to top me.
I got down on my knees and I begged.
There was lots of begging going on. There was a lot.
Oh yeah.
A lot of behind the scenes here.
Oh yeah. A lot of interesting stuff going on right before this.
Whenever TrueUnderDawg's camera has an issue, I use this image. And this has been like the go-to image every time like TrueUnderDawg's camera has like not recording or any issue.
Yeah, the picture used for me when we have technical difficulties is not quite as embarrassing, but it is just a funny screen grab of me with the Raiden hat and everything. I'm just like... It just makes it look like such a fool. Has Sonic had one of those embarrassing images yet? I don't think he has.
You mean like the I mean, yeah, but I meant like I use the Ahigal one basically. This is all three of us basically. Actually, I think even Baberuthless had one too.
See,
Yeah,
that's
Baberuthless.
not embarrassing. It's a cartoon. That's not fair. It's not the same.
Mine's the most.
To be
flattering,
fair, your Snake, yours is a cartoon too. That's a fake. I used the face app to make you smile in that image. So, you know, it's fake, technically speaking.
Ah.
Also, I use the face app to force you to smile. That's epic.
That's a whole context there too.
Oh god.
I like Sonic too.
Well, thank you.
Sonic decided to just get out in front of it before he becomes extremely famous, and that art just becomes really common. People just start drawing him that way. He just got out in front of it.
I never commissioned that. A friend just gave that to me, so I was just like, okay,
wow.
I guess I'll use it somehow.
If you ever start streaming Sonic, that needs to be one of your like emotes that people can donate and get that to like show up.
It is an
Or one of
emo
those
on my
stickers in
Discord
chat.
server, actually.
There you go.
Do people ever ask if you're a furry? Or like you have like
Oh,
a
all the time,
persona?
definitely. Luckily, the Force Snake comes out to defend me, and he's like, he's not a furry, guys. How dare you? How dare you insinuate that? He's a scaly.
I already got corrected for thinking that fish fell under that category, but apparently they don't. So
TrueUnderDawg, you're not escaping that anymore, unfortunately. Everyone in Kombat Kings thinks you're a furry. Everyone in the comments.
oh, that's fine. I just want to be right. As long as I'm not wrong, I don't care what they assume.
I thought you guys wanted to talk about the tier list.
No, that one was so funny. Hey, at least I'm not the bottom for once. That's all I'll say. At least I'm not the most hated one in the image. I usually am.
Is that are you insinuating something to Snake?
Are you recording, dog?
Yeah. Sorry.
So Sonic will have access to you saying at least you're not the bottom for once.
At least I'm not the bottom for once. Yes. Yeah. It's gonna be a good sound.
Sonic.
Clip that chat. You have to clip that in chat.
You
I have
have
a
the
very
potential
powerful-
to be so evil to this man, just for no
So
reason.
evil.
Listen, I fell off, so any attention I can get, like even if it's negative attention, do me dirty, Snake. It's fine. Bro fell off. They tell me in every single comment. They're like,
don't say do me dirty right after we just had the bottom discussion. Please don't.
that's what I mean.
Look, we don't have a lot of time before my camera runs out of battery, so I'm just gonna start the intro. Unless if Snake, you're doing something.
No, I'm just trying to pick some random item to mess around with. Go ahead.
Okay, sure.
Snake is getting ready to top me.
And 3, 2, 1. Here's the Mortal Kombat T. Get it? Because we're talking about Madden Bo today. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Kombat Kings podcast. I'm your host, Sonic XD, TrueUnderDawg, the Force Snake. Yeah, whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters is we have a returning guest, baby. That's right. It's welcome back, Baberuthless, to the Kombat Kings podcast.
Thanks for having me back, guys. I'm real excited. I will say, you know, especially Snake, he was begging me to come back on. It was a whole thing. So I'm glad I could fit some time into my schedule to be here. No, I'm kidding.
I got down on my knees and I begged.
There was lots of begging going on. There was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of behind the scenes here.
Oh, yeah. A lot of interesting stuff going on right before this.
Yes, happy to have you back. We got some interesting topics we could go through here today that we thought we'd bring Baberuthless on, but mostly she is on here because of her vast and experienced fighting game knowledge, but also because of Fortnite. But anyways, we shall begin with the first topic of our day is some T-1000 trailers that dropped recently.
So there are two T's for Mortal Kombat: T-House and T-1000. I see what you're putting down.
Very nice. By the time we are recording this, T-1000's gameplay trailer has not dropped, and it will be dropping on March 11th, as they announced. So we only have the 2 teaser trailers.
It's on the 11th. Isn't that the same day that the next Fortnite thing is going to be added, which will probably include Scorpion?
Yes. Literally.
Imagine it's like, yeah, new update for Mortal Kombat. Ooh, cool thing. Fuck off. I want to see Scorpion in Fortnite. That's the Mortal Kombat update I want to see.
True.
Dude, NetherRealm cucked me so hard with that too, because I just finished a video predicting when the gameplay trailer was going to drop, and I said the 12th, and then the day before I post that, they go, "Oh, by the way, it's coming on the 11th." I'm like, "No, you never announced the gameplay trailer date until like the day of. Why did you do this all of a sudden?" There's a little FBI man telling me
They're in your walls, they're in your walls, they're in your walls, they're in your walls.
Did you release that video already, or?
I was going live today at noon, and I just changed it a little bit. I even mentioned in the video, I'm like, my shirt changed. It's because I recorded this 2 days earlier and had the prediction, and now it just came out and said it. So here's when his trailer date is for the gameplay, and yeah. There you go.
I will share my 5-second reaction of when I saw that first T-1000 trailer. I was in bed. I put my phone up. Oh, cool, the T-1000 trailer happens. Madam Bo! That was my reaction to the trailer, basically.
Yeah.
But we'll get to her later. But like, any opinions about currently T-1000 currently?
I'm really excited to see what other weapons he uses, because we see him use Cabal's hook swords for a split second in the gameplay teaser, and I'm wondering if he's gonna copy any other like famous weapons that aren't in the game currently. It's gonna be a lot of fun if so.
All I've got to say is that when you see the intro animation where the bit of the metal chips off and he walks up to it and it rejoins his foot like in the movie, so they're pulling directly from that. I'm like, then you have to have the rest of the intro animation. How fucking long is this intro going to be? It's like when Takeda comes in and he's like, then it zooms on his face, he goes, "Rah!" And it's like, cut them down. They don't need to be 10 seconds long. Stop.
What I'll say about it is that, it's funny, growing up, for whatever reason, I never got into I never watched any of the Terminator movies growing up. I don't know why. Just never in my parents' zeitgeist, they never thought to show that to me. So when I saw Terminator 1, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. It's not bad, but obviously I didn't quite get the hype. But then when I watched 2 for the first time, I had no clue that fucking the Terminator from the last movie actually became the Terminator who was the good guy in this one.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know how that fucking escaped me for this many years, but when I saw that for the first time, I had such a genuine reaction of just shock and awe to that. So the fact that it's kind of coming back to Mortal Kombat is just kind of a full circle moment. But anyways, I just thought it was very cool.
That's impressive. That is the biggest spoiler that exists in media.
I don't know how I fucking escaped it. I don't know why. Just maybe I saw it and I forgot or something like that, but I had no recollection.
There's lots of cool stories of people experiencing that, and it's good because James Cameron was super mad that people who made the trailers and posters and stuff just straight up spoiled who the villain was, because that was supposed to be the reaction is oh, the previous villain is now the protector and this cop is the villain. But it was spoiled in some of the promotional material, and he was so pissed. He's like, you're ruining one of the best twists in the early part of the film. Yeah. That's
the problem all the sequels have, is they always give away their twists, even when it's oh, this character is actually the bad guy of this film. You're like, no, don't spoil that. That happens like an hour in. I want to actually watch the movie and be surprised. You fools. Yeah. Every one of them does that. All of them. Stupid.
Yeah, going back on Dog's point, you mentioned about T-1000 bringing out the Cabal's hook swords. That was that got me pretty hyped too when I saw that. I was thinking, if they reference Cabal's the T-1000, I've always thought this is a character that has a lot of potential for what they can do with this character. Go crazy, because he's literally liquid metal. It's you can do anything, technically speaking. There's even rumors saying maybe he's gonna transform Shang Tsung, because he does that in the movie. So referencing other Mortal Kombat characters, like I think is a very cool thing that they could do with this character. They did that with Ghostface, right? Because you literally play as Cobra and Kira for Ghostface. Like I like this approach for like referencing other Mortal Kombat characters in a moveset and stuff.
I know some people are mad about all the guest characters, and I also agree there's too many, but I will say with Mortal Kombat 1, they really are trying hard to make these guest characters really interesting and fun for the most part, like very unique. And I'm probably looking too much into this, and I'm setting myself up for disappointment. But you both brought up that intro where the goo comes back to him and he reabsorbs it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that if he takes enough damage from certain hits, like an uppercut or something, a piece of him falls off, and if he walks back over it, he gets a tiny bit of health back? That'd be really sick. Like his goo just stays on the stage, and he can walk over it and collect it. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, I'm
That's
curious
like a healing
how
mechanic.
they're gonna handle his fatalities as well. Like, because you know what you mentioned about like cutting off his limbs, right? So most of the time in the movies, when his limb is cut off, he's usually like playing dead or something like that. So I'm really curious if they're just gonna have him like explode into a million bits or like drop him in the lava or what. But yeah, I think it'd be really interesting to see what they end up doing with him. There's a lot of different ways they can go.
I
I'm
have a
curious to see
prediction, but I think
skeleton.
Snake might have it, so let him go.
I
Yeah.
was curious to see what his skeleton will be because, well, will it just be like a T800, or will they do something different? Maybe a male version of the TX, because the TX is like basically a robot with the liquid on top. Will they approach it that way, or will it be like the T-Rip from the latest film that no one liked? It'll be interesting because he has to have a skeleton. So they
Yeah,
could
because there are fatalities.
It'd be really funny if it was just like a silver skeleton and that was all it is. That'd be really funny. I'm sure they won't. I'm sure they're putting lots of effort to make sure this guest is properly depicted because the guests matter more than the actual MK characters, as we all know. I wish for once they would do what they did with Kratos, because back then I hated that they did it. That Kratos had like unique reactions. So when Ermac shrinks you and everyone's like, "Oh no, run away," and then he stomps on them, he's just like, "Ah, no, I'm not scared of you." Ah, I wish other characters would get that same treatment. Like the T-100 is like, "Oh no, I'm afraid." Jason is like, "Oh no, I'm afraid." These people don't have fear. They're undead, unfeeling zombies, or they're robots. Then
Doesn't the Terminator do that too in the first Mortal Kombat 11? Like his reaction is just, or like when everyone else is like, like some of the close-up faces and
I'm
stuff.
pretty sure, Sonic. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but pretty sure I just said that. There's no way I missed that, right? Surely I said it.
So this is a bit complicated, but let me explain exactly what happened here. Snake is talking about how Jason from MKX and the Terminator from MK11 will still react while getting brutally murdered by a fatality when they shouldn't. However, I was specifically talking about the Terminator's motorcycle fatality, where every character will have a shocked reaction except for the Terminator. So I was kind of using that as a counterpoint, but Snake then brings up how that's what he said. However, Snake was thinking about his example while I was thinking about my motorcycle example, and I thought that's what he was talking about. So overall, we both were kind of talking about two different things, and it was kind of a big misunderstanding.
I think Sonic's just saying that the Terminator and MK11 didn't react.
You were talking about
Yeah,
MKX
Terminator
stuff.
then
I was
Jason.
like,
Yeah.
I'm not taking this gaslighting again. I had this at work yesterday.
You know what?
With-
You know
with
what,
some-
Snake?
Well, there was an extra
no one
chocolate
says
bar with mine.
T-800, okay? Nerd. Shut up.
Everyone does. Fuck you.
Blaming it back on you.
So my theory was that they're gonna do some nonsense like Freddy Krueger, where they said, "Oh, Shao Kahn brought him into Outworld, so he like became physical. That's why you can hurt Freddy Krueger when he should be a nightmare being." They're gonna do something similar with T-1000, where it's like, "Oh, whoever pulled him into that reality, their magic made him mortal-ish." Which is why he can die, and also why he has like the metal skeleton and all that. Like he's more human than he's ever been. Or it's going to be, oh, he's competing in Mortal Kombat, therefore he must be mortal. Now he has like a skeleton and stuff and takes damage and all that. That's my guess.
That'd be cool. You can see it in the arcade ending and stuff like that. I'm gonna bring two things up because you're talking about like this is kind of related to what both of you just said. In the trailer, there was a very cool detail I noticed, and if they do this for his entire gameplay, I'd be really sick. Because he doesn't take damage yet, so we don't necessarily know exactly how he bleeds, even though it's pretty clear he's going to be liquid mercury the whole time. Mm-hmm. There was a part where he uses like a move where he like turns into like a blob and like comes back down to the ground. You can actually literally see trails of like the liquid mercury on the ground. Like it's kind of like how characters would bleed and leave it on the ground. but it stays on the ground for like a couple seconds, and then it like sucks back into the T-1000.
Oh wow.
Something tells me that whenever he bleeds or whatever he leaves out, we'll just slowly go back to him in the gameplay, which will be very badass actually.
If he gets some sort of gameplay element off that, it's going to be so cool. But even just as a visual treat, that's pretty cool. We haven't seen a lot of PS5 stuff in this game outside of like the palace stage where the rose petals move when you like interact with it. That's pretty cool. But outside of that, I haven't seen too much cool stuff happening on screen in real time that's not regular attacks. So the Mercury coming back to him, pretty cool, pretty neat. Anyhoozle. Yeah. Point is, new training dummy besides Reptile. That's the point. People start beating up T-1000, and that's the point.
Not Snake, sorry. Dog, you gotta keep your word. Every training video from now on, every gameplay showcase, better be T-1000. Better be T-1000.
I made that promise. I mean, sure, I don't mind.
Make it now.
I didn't know I made that deal, but okay.
Reptile deserves retirement for being a training dummy.
It's funny because when you said liquid mercury, it just made me think of the Johnny Cage's movie from the start of the story. I'm thinking, are they just going to reuse that liquid effect for his blood, or did they make that because they knew they were going to do T-1000, or could they even tie the T-1000 into that? This version is not a robot. No, he is some kind of liquid mercury creature that spawned from the liquid mercury or something.
That'd be fun.
The answer is of course no, and no, but it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to rain on your parade, but the answers are no, no, and no. Sadly, too much credit being given.
But yeah, I guess we shall see more of him in 3 days from now. Look at my calendar.
Be sure to let us know in the comments how wrong we were about everything for the engagement.
What? But luckily, that
Probably.
actually,
I don't read the comments. I don't care what these losers who watch us think. On my own.
How dare you, Snake? There are so many people. Okay, never mind. There was nobody supporting your Sindo opinion, but still, there's so many people that care about us and say how we how right we are or how good we are.
Boo me, I'm right.
But like I was saying just then, there's gonna be more news about T-1000 later. But there actually is more news about the funny cameo fighter who was standing next to T-1000 in the trailer. The madam herself, Mrs. Bo. I don't know why I said it like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
But yeah, she not only appears in the T-1000 trailer, she actually got her own trailer too. What did you guys think about that?
She seems fun.
So I thought it was cool, but I also just like the concept of Madame Bo. I'm like, are people really demanding for Madame Bo? Like, no one's going to Mortal Kombat and be like, oh yeah, I want to pick Madame Bo as my character. Okay, fair question. This is the internet.
They are now, but I get what you're saying. Before, there wasn't that many people being like, I want to play as Madame Bo, because we already got to see her fight a little bit in story mode. And yeah, it was like act fighting, and Smoke throws her over the railing, which was always super funny to me. We got that like out of our system, but I think it's kind of cute that she's still in the game. And she's a free addition to anybody who paid for Chaos Reign, so that's kind of cool too. You just have her like as a free addition.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have
I'm just glad they didn't bring back the puking and farting. That's what I'm happy about for now.
Well, a certain type of audience would like that too, so never count it out.
They're not my people.
I actually thought TrueUnderDawg a couple years, like you said, if Madame Bo ever becomes playable, she needs the puking and farting for it to be fair or something.
Oh, for it to be lore accurate, yeah. Because even in that one edit I did when they first showed, like, I made some video where when she's fighting against Smoke, I added a bunch of farting sound effects as she's fighting him because that's just
very early on.
The more accurate Bo Right show. So. But this time she's farting because of, I guess, tea or bad cooking instead of just being a drunk person. I think her gameplay looks really good, though. They've incorporated some of the drunken boxing, which is cute. She gives you new moves when you drink her like alcohol, so that's fun. You get a bit of drunken boxing yourself. We've only seen 2 moves so far. I'm hoping you get more than 2. That'd be really interesting. Your dash changes and gets better, which is fun also.
I know about that move from the sky. What's the other move?
Oh, I'm just counting the dash. My bad. I was counting the new dash as like a move because it's a buff. Your dash gets all wobbly and goes further when you forward dash.
Oh, really? Because I did notice your character will like trip. Oh, like that, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
I actually
it's
thought
just a forward dash.
I didn't know that was a dash. I thought that was like because you drank and then 5 seconds later your character will like trip as like a downside.
No, because he moves right away after it. Like he just sprints forward, and then he blocks immediately after or attacks immediately after. So thankfully, it's not that horrific debuff that Bo Raicho had in MKX. That was ridiculous. Although I learned years later, you can negate it by just jumping. If you're in the air, he won't puke because they didn't code that. So if you just jump in the air when it's time to puke, he won't puke. Of course, jumping leaves you vulnerable because you can't block in the air. This ain't Guilty Gear. This ain't Marvel. You can't block while jumping, but still, you know. I think you can block. Can you block in the air in the new Fatal Fury also? I think there's like Just Guard or something in the air. So this ain't Fatal Fury. There we go. That's a relevant reference now.
This is not hold back block.
I wish. That's the day that Mortal Kombat is saved. Is when NetherRealm goes, hey, back to block. We're adding cross-ups. Only I don't trust them because Injustice didn't do cross-ups correctly, which is super funny to this day. And I won't go on to that rant now, but that is a good video idea to talk about how jank the cross-ups were in that game. I'm already making a video about how technically it was the worst NetherRealm game ever made in terms of balance. That game was nothing but pure jank. But
Justice Gods Among Us. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that game was so jank. And anyway, sorry, I'm ranting. Y'all go ahead. Madam Bo. Madam Bo.
Madam Bo! You actually make an interesting point, Baberuthless, because there are plenty of other existing Mortal Kombat characters that unfortunately haven't made the cut, which is actually, despite, I guess, like, Combat Pack 1 was a bit more controversial as to what people liked or not. I did feel like, for the most part, the DLC cameo fighters were pretty good choices. It's like, oh, Chameleon, oh, Tremor, oh, Movado. These are all some really wacky, interesting choices. Like, sure, it'd be awesome for them to be playable, but like, as cameo fighters, I guess we could take it still. So I feel like saying like, would you say like Madame Bo might have taken up one of those slots, like that could have been for like a potential like other cameo fighter?
I mean, they had the assets ready to go, so I don't know if it was necessarily they used them like they used up the slot that would be used for someone else. I'm pretty sure it was just a bonus, like if you ask me. But yeah, I think overall the cameos were a really good choice, especially Shujinko. I just finished replaying the 3D trilogy actually, maybe like 6 months ago, and it was just like it was totally wild because there had been so much that I just forgotten about the jankness of that whole trilogy.
That's cool.
It's worth noting that Madame Bo is, in fact, the first brand new character in this new era. Not counting the guests. In this new era, starting with M1K, because every other character is a returning character, be it base game, Season 1, or Chaos Reigns. They're all existing characters. This is the first brand new one we've got.
Huh.
Brand new is stretching it, but I got you.
Janet?
Yeah,
I got you.
Page too?
Well, that's a gender swap, so I don't really count that.
Fair.
But some people might.
My comment section is telling me that Madame Bo is a gender swap, but I think she's different enough that you can call her like, she's in that weird gray area, right? Because she's definitely Bo Raicho, because Madame Bo, and she trained Kung Lao and Raiden, who's the new Liu Kang as far as the human version.
But she's also so different from Bo Raicho that it's like, I actually feel like she's a character that's like you could say she's a gender swap of Bo Raicho, but I also feel like she's just like someone who has influence and references of Bo Raicho, but she is so original that like she's enough to be her own character. Yeah.
You could even like they could do a lore dump and say, oh, he just named her Bo in honor of Bo Raicho, but there's like no relation. Like maybe like because Liu Kang's been around for so long, maybe when they gave birth to that child, they're like, what should we name her, Fire God? And he's like, she will raise the Shaolin, so call her Madame Bo. In honor of Bo Raicho.
Wait, he told them to name their baby Madame Bo? They put that on her birth certificate, Madame Bo.
Fine, okay. I knew the second I said that, somebody was going to nitpick how I phrased that. Yeah. And she will give birth to Sector.
Yeah, that's a weird part.
That's really interesting.
We can't get dialogue with her, unfortunately, because the cameos don't have dialogue, so we're not going to see her torch the Sector. Yeah.
At least she gets some voice lines and grunts when you... Nobody brought this up yet, but I'm like, the first thing I thought about Madame Bo is like, oh cool, Madame Bo, so now you can play as Conan and toss her. Or the enemy can use Jax and beat her up and stuff.
True. Just pick her up and punch the shit out of her.
Boop, boop.
Wow.
First thought, nothing else.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have been saying that if they don't do a brutality, references Blanche and MKX where like Madame Bo grabs your main character and throws him at the enemy. If that's not an option, I'm gonna be sad. It's a wasted opportunity. That's got to be in there.
One thing I do want to also bring up because we're talking about like who could have been better and all that kind of stuff. There's a part of me that feels like that after this, whether we get KP3 or not, we're not entirely sure. But after this, if there's going to be like another DLC character or for this conversation, or another cameo DLC character, I feel like Harumi has such a high chance now.
Yeah, it's weird that they
that'd be really cool.
Like they set her up in Chaos Reign. It's like, oh, she's got the 2 katanas and stuff like that. It's like, oh, it just looks like a moveset that's like begging to be a cameo fighter, basically.
I mean, they set her up in the first season of Invasions, where like here she is and the main story's ending.
In the arcade mode, yeah.
There's so much they already done where it's like, here she is with a sword, here she is possibly with Scorpion's moves. Like, there's set up so much for her, and yet nothing. They even gave her a model for the story expansion, and she's not here as a cameo. It's so strange.
Yeah, they've almost missed their window too, because like, you know, T-1000 is going to get here. What are they going to do? Like, if there is no, you know, next combat pack, are they really going to end the DLC with like, by the way, here's free Harumi like 2 months after T-1000. By the way, we're done. Injustice 3, baby.
By the way, we're done.
No, I feel
drops the mic.
I feel like
if leaves.
I think if they're going to do that, they'd probably put in like, here's a DC character as a cameo. You know, basically like Luke in Street Fighter 5, but as a cameo. So it's like, oh, the next Injustice is going to have John Constantine. So here's John Constantine as a cameo. And to be fair, John Constantine in Mortal Kombat would be really cool. But just putting a character they're going to put in Injustice 3 into MK just as a cameo, like literally as a cameo before that game be properly announced. Or like his victory poses, like he kills the opponent and they just hold up a sign saying Injustice 3 coming soon.
Yeah, I'm really surprised
What
they
a
didn't
promotional.
do any guest character cameos like King Char or like Black Noir or anything like that. Like I feel like it's definitely a missed
Invincible,
opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember like one of the marketings that talks about like the points as to what we can expect in this game. It was just like listing. One of them literally still says guest cameo. I vividly still remember that on like one of those listings. So pretty shocked that they didn't do that. And we brought this up too. It's just like, it's an easy way to introduce a character to Mortal Kombat to not get them fatality'd, and which might be an issue for some characters, like Capcom fighting characters and whatnot.
It's such a fumble to not have the extra costumes too. As much as I like Mortal Kombat 1 for the gameplay, there is so much fumbling going on. Like you have all these guest characters, but until Conan the Barbarian, there wasn't even DLC costumes for like the existing roster. And even the DLC character didn't get extra costumes. And it's like, what is going on here? Like there were so many easy slam dunks with that, like giving one of the lady characters an Adam Eve outfit, giving one of the guy characters an Invincible outfit. Like Johnny Cage's Invincible would have been super fun. You know, that would have been a fun little costume to give him. And they never did that. It's just so interesting. And because they're trying to sell stuff to us constantly with that in-game shop, and that would have been one of the actual good ways to sell people stuff, was like, oh, here's these costumes, or you can grind for them in the battle pass, or you know, I don't know. There's no battle pass. Don't in hindsight, there probably should have been, because everyone else was doing it.
Not only that, but also no DLC costumes for the guest characters. I think they did that for MK11, right? Like there are literally different outfits the guest characters can have, but it's only palettes.
And every character dropped with 4 also, which was cool. Like every character dropped with like 4 costumes. Now, granted, some of them were terrible. Like the Spawn ones were pretty bad. I was like, wow, we only got like 1 comic reference, and the other 2 were like made up. I was like, oh, great.
Very Deadpool looking, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, and it's funny you mentioned, like, did Madame Bo replace somebody? I feel like maybe mentioning this. According to the data miners, Madame Bo, her assets are in the Kotal Khan folder in the game files, or the Kotal folder. So this could mean that she did replace Kotal, or maybe, fingers crossed, this just means the coders stopped being lazy and actually started naming the files incorrectly to throw off data miners, which they should have been doing from day one. They should have encrypted these names and stuff, but it's always been like MIL in the files, and people go, oh, that's Melina for Mortal Kombat 11, RAM, that's Rambo. Oh, and yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying. So
funny.
Maybe it's possible Madame Bo did replace Kotal as a cameo character. In fact, I think a data miner told me that Kotal had assets for story mode even. Like he was supposed to show up in that Raiden tournament because he's mentioned by name. He's supposed to be in the background somewhere or something, and he's not.
I see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Baberuthless cut off over here as she's typing right now. So
I just thought she was very disinterested. She froze with that like.
Oh no! Now, you brought up that thing with Madame Bo though. I do find that one of the most interesting things about Madame Bo is the fact that she is very well hidden. Because usually everything is supposed to be leaked day one. Like we all know like what happens. Nobody knew Madame Bo was going to be in the game, like until she got shown into the T-1000 trailer, which is genuinely very impressive from NRS's side. It's like, oh, they finally actually like got a character really well secreted.
Of all the things to not get leaks, of all the things you could possibly not get leaks, Madame Bo cameo. To be fair, it's one of the more hyped things they've actually announced as DLC for this entire game.
That's why I screamed when I saw Madame Bo.
It's wild how it's like, that's the thing. This is where they've finally started slamming down on this. Stop it. No, we need to make sure this thing doesn't get leaked, and it's Madame Bo. But it would have been really funny if it was in the files and it's like mad. And that's all it was. It just says mad. It wasn't a playable character or a cameo. And people are like, what? Mad Max. Mad Max in the game. So that's Madame Bo. And they're like, like even more hyped because they're like, Mad Max, get out of here, Mel Gibson. No one cares. However, Madame Bo.
Madame Bo, get in here. Yeah.
Bo, get in here.
Unfortunately, I forgot about something that is worth mentioning. That insider.
Welcome back, Baberuthless.
Sorry,
back.
I don't know what happened. My internet just randomly dropped. So, anyways, I'm back. I know you guys really missed
No worries.
It is a good thing that Sonic already has the technical difficulties image made for you ahead of time. Somehow he predicted this.
I did.
No, sorry
Nope,
about
internet.
that. And I noticed the minute I was gone, now Snake has his sword on him. So.
I just noticed that too. Oh, is this teaser for Snake cameo?
Chinese sort of like it.
One more thing I wanted to mention. I'll be real quick. Even though Madame Bo was kept a secret this whole time, that insider, Fate Unknown, whose fate is actually unknown because he disappeared on purpose and is like, I'll never mention anything ever again, bye. He did say there might be one extra cameo character or two added, even if the game is still canceled. So, unfortunately, Madame Bo is not the savior I hope she was, because I just remembered that. I'm like, damn, this could be just the random cameo he was talking about, that it might be finished. But, hey, at least she was hidden in the Codal folder. That could mean something, that they have more content coming. I don't know.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing like right now like on the Madame Bo like comment sections, it's all just like she literally showed up to serve tea and all that kind of like comments. I think I saw this like one person on Twitter was like Madame Bo has now joined Mortal Kombat 1 and this is her like statement of joining this game. And she says, if Jade doesn't show up to save this game, somebody has to, like, pop up or whatnot.
Jade stands need to calm down. She's not even that good a character.
Damn,
okay, we're kind of cut this section out. Next topic.
You guys just fell in love with a face model. Like, I get it, but come on.
Listen, okay? They've been teased a lot because she got name dropped immediately in a lot of the intros, okay? I think she's even mentioned in story mode. And if anyone followed the leakers back then, they even said that, hey, we have like the intros have already been leaked. The names aren't there, but we have the dialogue. And a lot of these intro dialogues sound like they're being spoken by Jade. So they've been teased for a bit, Snake. Take it easy.
But the thing about that is, I remember that before season 2 was announced, like Johnny Cage mentioning murder hornets. That was already an intro in the files, and it was for like Homelander or something. But in the final game, it's for Ghostface or Conan in the end. Oh. But they actually moved it around. So it's possible all that stuff was all just red herrings to begin with. Or maybe it became red herrings because you guys didn't buy the game enough. Give NetherRealm more money, they need it.
True. It's all their fault.
It's officially.
I do
think
Jade
that the game is officially the fault of Jade Stance for not spending enough money on the game. If they spent more money, Jade could have been funded. But no, you let us all down, Jade Stance. It's your fault.
If they do,
it's all the Jade Stand's fault. I 100% agree.
If they do end up adding Jade back in, they should also add in Scarlet, just so you have all the female assassins again. That would be my idea.
Hey.
But I don't know if that's ever happening.
Mortal Kombat is not beating the sexist allegations, or like NetherRealm is not beating the sexist allegations. They still haven't added a lady guest character. Only recently did they even have like a lady DLC. They had to combine them, and they had to swap 2 dudes. They didn't even put in like legacy ladies. They just took 2 dudes, and
True.
so they didn't even give legacy women a chance from the series. And now they're not even putting all the lady ninjas in, just the men.
It's like they were like, yeah, we want to have like our sword character, guest character, Conan the Barbarian, a character no one's cared about in like 30 years. Instead of like, I don't know, the bride from Kill Bill, who would have been a way better pick because her film is super violent. Also, it's by Tarantino, who so that gels with M1K's aesthetic a lot better than Big Burly Man. So just a much better fit. But no, Ed Boon has to be like, no, I don't like that movie. I want Conan in, and he's not. I don't know why he does this, but I want Conan in.
You talk about like ladies holding like swords. I remember is she called Michonne from
Michonne, yeah.
from like The Walking Dead?
Walking Dead.
She's got the katana, and also she literally like I remember Ed Boon literally said she was considered and stuff like that. So, but she got dropped unfortunately.
Yeah, I think also
Considered with a K.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I remember hearing that somewhere too. So like maybe those two.
That would be interesting, but I don't want to see Buffy the Vampire Slayer die over and over again because I have 2 older sisters and they watch that show a lot, and I low-key vibe with that show. It's one of the few shows they watched that I liked, and I don't want to see that character die over and over again. She did die in one episode because it was a what-if like scenario. She got her neck snapped, but that was it because it was on TV and they couldn't show too much.
That's why you make her a guest
Got
cameo.
Kung Loud. A cameo, yeah, that would have worked too. Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, somebody pointed something funny out about that, the Kung Lao neck snap. So it turns out, or it seems very apparent that, have you all seen the quotalities and the harakiris that are in the game files but not accessible yet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you all seen that, Baberuthless? How everyone has their own custom like rage quit animation, but they're not for us to use yet?
I've seen a couple of them, but I haven't been like following it super closely.
Okay. Gotcha. As long as you know about them. So Kung Lao's is just the generic like neck snap one that's currently in the game, which means that everyone's just doing the Kung Lao harakiri at this point, which is funny. I thought like maybe I was like, is that actually his, or is he just doing the default one because he doesn't have one? And people in the comments pointed out, no, it's just a neck snap reference to MK9. Like, bro can't escape the neck snap allegations. Like, he got neck snapped in 9, neck snapped
And
again
Aftermath.
in 11 in the Aftermath story. And now he's been neck snapped once more in MK1. That's 3 games of neck snapping. He only got a break in X.
When you get tired of people breaking your neck and decide, fine, I'd do it myself.
Yeah, I'll do it myself. Does it so quickly, too. Yeah.
Can't escape the allegations.
Which is a shame, because it would have been way funnier if he threw the hat on the ground, like Buzzsaw style, and just fell on it. Like, ah! That's always been his fatality.
It just comes down.
That'd be cool, too. Yeah.
Have some fun things. Next up on the topic list is, it's finally the fun topic, guys! Fortnite! Fortnite!
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh no. You had fun, dog. Shut
Show
your
us
mouth.
your best Fortnite dance. You're standing up.
Oh no.
The funny part is I can actually do them.
one.
I'm just not going to. But I did learn them.
Oh yes, the T1.
That's a classic.
What is it? T1000. The T posing.
I learned them to make my students cringe. Like, as a teacher, like when they're in the hallways coming to class, I would just do it randomly. I do like the default dance.
I think
You can default dance?
he
I
can
do the
default
Orange
dance.
Justice.
Dog, default dance. Come on, show us.
Gotta show it.
Oh.
Gotta show it.
I'm not gonna do it, sorry.
I did a Fortnite dance. How dare you? You must do one
Tell
too.
you what, I'll give it to you separately, and you can just put it in the episode. How about that? I'm just not gonna do it right now.
I'll just have it loading.
Right spot I want to sit at.
He doesn't want to do it in front of the guest. Oh.
I'll just
I
have it
don't
on
want to do it in
loop for
front
the
of
entire
any of you. I'll
episode.
do it in front of a camera and just send it. I'm not gonna do the Fortnite dance right here, right now.
It's too much.
But
It's
yeah.
too much for us to comprehend right now. But I actually have a funny story. When I was at MagFest. Okay, first of all, right, let me tell the story first. Actually, when I was at MagFest, this January, I went out to dinner with a couple of friends, and I was dressed as the alpha version of Chun-Li. And this guy came up to us. He wasn't even the server for our table. It was like somebody else's server. But he randomly came up to me and like no like, hey, how you doing? How's it going? He just comes up to me and like he's like, are you Chun-Li from Fortnite? Can you do the Fortnite dance? And I was just like, bro. And apparently Chun-Li from Fortnite is like one of the most something along the lines of this, but like one of the most Googled female video game characters is just like the search term Chun-Li from Fortnite. So
Wow.
Yeah, I saw a funny comic about that where Chun-Li is very upset that Fortnite Chun-Li is so popular in the porn searches. And it's like, that's not me, that's a different person. Please don't lump me in there.
It is funny to think about how the Fortnite versions are all just doppelgangers of like the real ones and just ruining the reputation, because Kratos would never do those goofy ass dances. So the idea that like Fortnite Kratos is different is super funny to me. It's like how Ugly Sonic is canonically a different version of Sonic because we have that one Chip and Dale movie. So like Ugly Sonic is his own being. That's what I imagine the Fortnite characters are. They're just like a manifestation of the characters, but not actually them.
Are you telling me that when Bi-Han does the Orange Justice and hugs Fortnite Kuai Liang, it's not actually Bi-Han, it's a doppelganger ruining his image? Disgusting. Despicable.
What's also funny is like I released a Sub-Zero video recently on my channel, and I've gotten like about a dozen comments of people just saying, it's Sub-Zero from Fortnite.
oh no.
My comment section currently. I know they're like memeing. But yeah, but basically, since last time we talked about Fortnite, we only had one trailer, which is just Sub-Zero just walks in the alleyway and does like the slide, and that was it for our Sub-Zero Fortnite information. Now, all four of us have actually played Fortnite together, and Sub-Zero is like out in the battle pass and all that jazz. So we have like so much more information in terms of like Sub-Zero and whatnot.
So, I actually recorded our sessions.
Yes.
Yeah, I think on the Sonic knows I did record that. So you might be able to get some footage right now of us recruiting Sub-Zero and running around as friends and leaving him behind as we all jet away to make sure the storm doesn't catch us.
True, yes. He sacrificed because he could not follow us fast enough. One thing that I actually was very impressed by is the Snake currently has made 2 Fortnite videos. One predicting what Sub-Zero's like gears and like items he's getting for Fortnite, and the other one talking about all the origins of like his items that he currently has in Fortnite. I'm very impressed with the amount of like predictions you actually got right with Sub-Zero in that video. It's like, okay, ice weapons, that makes sense and whatnot. The spine skull, are they going to be able to do that? Oh, but you talked about that. The freezing weapon wrap for the gun, I'm just surprised that you got that. You were on mark with that one, basically. I was like, oh, wow.
I think I also predicted it would be really lame if they just had the MK logo that the character floats down on, but they probably will, and then they did it.
Yeah, basically. Like, I was thinking, like, what else could they do? And it was like, oh, yep, that's the MK9 logo.
I even made a prediction in the video explaining the stuff because I noticed, yeah, the MK logo, the Fire and Ice versions, they're separate versions and separate items. They're not styles, which means they could add another one. They could add, oh, you come down with lightning and it's electrified. Oh, Raiden could make it into the game and have his own version of it, or some other such nonsense. And yeah,
green gooey thing for Reptile.
He's not making it in Sonic. Let it go.
Nah. But as of right now, though, like, because what we're hoping is that on March 11th, like, this next update, Scorpion will be added into the game. If you guys don't want to hear leaks, then cover your cute little ears for about like a minute or two, because we do have a little bit of information that we do know about Scorpion. We know that he is going to be like Scorpion, but with like 2 variations, and like most likely the second variation will just, I think they even confirm it's a mask on, mask off version, basically. And we also know that March 11th we are getting 2 collab skins. The first one's going to be Invincible Wave 2, so Invincible skins are coming to like that. They have confirmed that, and the second one is a mysterious collab one, which is what we're hoping to be like for the Scorpion like skin to drop around that time, basically.
Well,
so
I've seen images. I've seen images of Scorpion for the game. I don't know if it actually is legitimate, but I've seen images of what he supposedly looks like. Because it's what people are seeing is UMK3 Scorpion with the MK9 mask and gauntlets for some reason.
That can't be real.
But that's the thing is, you look at it, you go, well, that's stupid and wrong. That can't be right. But then you think, but then why would someone lie about that? Why would someone come up with this bullshit and say this is what it is? Who would think to do that? I'm so confused. I'm not familiar with the Fortnite leak game, so I don't know how accurate this stuff usually is, but it looks terrible.
The Fortnite leaks that I know of are pretty 90% accurate, basically. But if there is an image of Scorpion online, everyone would know it. Basically, everyone would know how it looks and whatnot. But before that, I kind of want to jump back to Sub-Zero with a certain thing that I'm still quite surprised about because I don't think anyone really predicted about this. So, Baberuthless, when you saw Sub-Zero being in Mortal Kombat, I'm sure you were like, "Ah, that's awesome! Finally,
Hell yeah.
Sub-Zero in Fortnite." Wait, did I just say Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat? Sub-Zero in Fortnite, yes.
But I got you.
Sub-Zero in Fortnite, that's awesome. But what was your reaction when you saw Bihan?
I mean, I was just kind of honestly shocked that he was in there to begin with. I appreciate that they put in multiple variations of Sub-Zero in there. But honestly, I feel like with Fortnite, I've been off the Fortnite train for a very long time. Like, I hadn't looked at the game at all. And the moment Bihan was announced, I was like, all right, back on that Battle Pass grind. Like, I started going to those, like, random worlds where you can just gather XP and just, like, started, like, looping in circles just trying to get them. So right now, I'm still in the process of grinding for him, but anyways, as you can imagine, I was very excited.
Yes.
Are you going to default to with the mask or with his handsome mug showing? That's the question.
You know, I really appreciate the classic one, although the mask off, like, he's very handsome, but I think that's the one his hair is showing too, right?
So,
Yeah,
if you use the classic one, he has the hoodie and like the mask, but if you mask off, he will show the hair if it's the classic one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't deal with him having his hair out. It's not that I'm opposed to the man bun or anything like that. Like, I get that's what's trending nowadays and that's what people want to see. But there's just something about like the classic masked version that I'm like, this is far superior. Like, I don't want to fucking see Sub-Zero with hair. Like, that goes against everything that he stands for.
Yeah. It is very confusing too because you have like I'm sure Snake mentioned this before, but you have the classic outfit and like the Kuai Liang scar, but then when he's mask off, it's suddenly Bihan, and it's really confusing.
Yes. What's really funny is like because when I unlocked like Bihan, and then when I took off the mask,
Scorpion outfit.
And the Bihan outfit is like Mortal Kombat 1 Bihan, and then when I start doing like some of the more like zesty emotes or like really emotional like wah and all that kind of emotes and stuff like that, I look at Sub-Zero, I look at Bihan from Mortal Kombat 1 doing that, and I'm like, this feels forbidden. Like, this feels like I shouldn't be allowed to see this. Something doesn't seem right. Just to see like Sub-Zero do the dances and stuff like that, especially with the emotions and whatnot.
If you think that's cursed, I just stumbled across the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie art, and oh my god! Anyway, it's some of the worst things I've ever seen. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but I'm making a video about this. Look at Goro.
What a classic!
Unforgivable sin. They made him the race. They made him part of the race he hates, like the subterranean Shokan are like against the centaurs, and they made him a centaur.
Yeah,
how
this.
Can you do this?
This makes me feel like this is one of those things Liu Kang in the new timeline would do. The centaurs and the Shokans are fighting in my old timeline. Now I'm gonna hybrid them, and they're gonna be peaceful because they're one now, or something like that. It sounds like something that he would do.
It
I especially hate that his back legs in the horse form have a little sash hanging down. That implies that he has like a horse penis. It is like being hidden.
I mean, this is meant to just be the MKX design, except that he's like leaning forward and like using his lower arms as feet to. It's really weird, and it reminds me of this one race from Oddworld. It's so weird.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It is like straight up out of Spore. Like those atrocities you can make.
Sports
People
like
just
either
evolve into weird
penis
shit.
monsters or this abomination. Somehow the penis monster is less of an abomination than this.
I'm so happy this didn't happen, but this is like endemic of what almost happened with Ugly Sonic. These stupid people who are like the producers in charge of this stuff are like, they think that normies are really different from gamers when they're not. So they think, oh, like normies will never accept regular Goro. He's got to be made realistic. Like you can't just have 4 arms and 2 legs. That's stupid. We've got to make him this weird mix of like where his arms are legs and shit. And it's like, no, you don't. People can accept Goro.
So luckily, this is just concept art. Luckily, this
Oh.
didn't make it into the final product. Which
The
I mean,
reptile one is pretty cool looking though. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of got robbed, Sonic. One of his earlier reptile designs. It's still the dumb Godzilla monster, but his head looks way more reptilian, and
I did
it's
see that
interesting.
one. I
Yeah.
looked up all the reptile concept art when doing the 2021 video. What's really funny is like because the lighting is very bad for his scene, it's just really dark and stuff like that. So it's not until like the official 3D model was like released in the art station. I'm like, oh, he's very green. It's like, oh, he's actually looks really different because he's not in the dark and cheap CGI and whatnot.
Yeah.
By the way, Snake, that is a fan art. Like this guy does a bunch of like fan arts on it, so that's not the actual like Scorpion, basically. It's not bad though.
Found this.
Kind of cute actually. If this, but no.
When I was trying to make my sequel Fortnite video, which had all the extra information on it, I was looking for Fortnite Scorpion, and all I got was the freaking one that Snake posted, where it's like the lady in the desert mask, or the guy in the desert mask. I'm like, oh, I get it. It's like Scorpion is in like military. I get it. But damn it, like I'm trying to find someone who did like a cheap knockoff of Scorpion in Fortnite, even a mod. I would have taken a mod of just him dancing for the intro in my video.
I almost feel like I've seen Mortal Kombat 11's version of Scorpion.
That's why
like,
you need to reach out to Murdoink, because he's doing all the color edits for his little emotes of Sub-Zero, all the ninjas. Here's Ermac doing his thing, and here's Reptile and Rain. Reach out to him. He knows what he's doing somehow.
There. Who's the guy that had Sonic? Who'd you have do all the characters dancing in MK9 for one of your videos, where they're all just dancing the whole time? Or is that a video that already exists? You did some like address video where you were talking, and it had all the MK9 characters just dancing in like a line, like line dancing.
I'll teach you that, TrueUnderDawg. It's called type Mortal Kombat space MMD. And then you can find like the really crappy 3D models doing the dance, basically.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that in forever.
MMD or MMD?
I think it's MMD.
MMD. Miku dances.
Oh, I see.
Deviant
art. Okay.
Yeah, literally, like
it's actually
I
a
searched
Hatsune
this,
Miku thing.
and I find all the ninjas dancing currently.
And now Miku and Sub-Zero can dance together. It all comes full circle.
Ding ding dong dong ding dong. Okay, I can't watch this.
Everyone's just doing the, what is it? I'm sure you could look this like the caramelize and whatever that thing's called.
Oh, caramel dancing.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's an ancient meme. That's one of the first internet memes ever. Holy shit.
I'm sure
oh yeah.
Have you guys ever gone to like anime like were you guys going to conventions at the time where like people were doing it? Because I actually still remember when I first started going to like conventions, stuff like that, like people were still doing it, but it was kind of fading out, like that and the yaoi paddle.
Wow. Not for me. Like the earliest anime convention I can think of, I remember like 50% of everyone cosplaying was cosplaying as Rem from ReZero. So that shows how. Yeah, that's like one of my more first anime conventions I've been to, basically.
Is that like?
I've only been to one anime convention, and it was fun. It was fine. Like I'm not a huge fan of conventions, just because it's just a lot of walking around and doing things that I could do at home most of the time, or waiting in line. Anyway, but I do have this strong desire to drag my girlfriend to one, just so she can see it. She would be like culture shocked by it, and that'd be super funny. She doesn't even watch anime, so I want to see her reaction to these creative people and their cosplays and. Yeah.
Has she ever been to Evo or anything like that, like a fighting game tournament? Okay. That's fair. I feel like anime conventions are like the next step up of degeneracy, so maybe ease her into it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, I can't take her to Evo because she'd be super disinterested and bored. It would be like if she dragged me to like a convention for culinary arts and all the famous like cooks and chefs from TV were there because she loves cooking. and she dragged me to that. I'd be like, I don't know what's going on. I don't get any of this. I don't understand. Although she does like Tekken. She likes Tekken. And it's because it has animal characters. And the more I show her different Tekken games, the more she gets upset that we were robbed of the other animal characters. She's like, why don't we have Kangaroo and Dinosaur Man in Tekken 8? And I'm like, never forget what they took from us. Never forget.
Well, dog, that's your end. You can go, yeah, so you like this fighting game with all these animals? There's this game called Mortal Kombat, which has animalities.
Animalities?
and you just completely mind breaker with all the violence with like, oh, the cute bear rolls over someone and crushes their skull.
And the cute panda. You like panda, right? See, panda. Panda Mortal Kombat.
She kind of likes panda. She's way more biased towards Kuma. I don't know why, but she
Kuma
really latched
does look
on to
really
Kuma,
cool in
and
this
it's
new
super
game,
cute.
though.
We were even shopping at like a home goods store, and out of nowhere, we were on different aisles shopping. She came around the corner with an oven mitt that had a fish on it, and she slapped me and said Kuma, because that's his rage art. And I was like, no fucking way. Kuma. I was like, oh. It was awesome. So yeah, I'm now mad and flabbergasted at how many fighting games don't have animal characters. It feels like only Tekken does in recent memory. Like Soul Calibur used to have Lizard Man, but they've omitted him from like the past 2 games. So
he was in 5.
Or Eon Calcus.
He's kind of in 5. We have Aeon, who's like a weird mix of Lizard Man and Kratos. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it is literally still the original Lizard Man.
Oh, okay.
It's the same guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he has wings now and has 2 axes, but he's the same guy.
You can also customize Lizard Guy in Soul Calibur 6, right? So like, there's that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard about that. I still haven't done that. I want to do it just for fun, like make Lizard Man and Soul Calibur. Anyway, this is not the me talking about my girlfriend podcast, so I guess we'll move on.
Maybe it should be.
Because I wanted to talk about Soul Calibur next and how like I thought she'd like it, and she despised it, and I was so shocked. I was like, damn, I thought you'd like Soul Calibur because you like Tekken, and no. But we'll talk about that later off stream. Y'all will laugh for sure.
Actually, my for hopefully that I get it done in time to release it in March. But my next video is actually on Soul Calibur 2, so it's like the first time I'm actually like really diving. I mean, I played the game growing up a little bit, but it's like the first time that I'm actually diving into it. And not to totally like derail the conversation. Like, maybe we can talk about this later, but there's so much fucking information in that game about its stages. It's nuts how much information they put into the lore compared to like other video games. So it's very refreshing. But anyways, not to make it about me.
Although what's funny is that like technically I think the next topic can be about like our recent content and stuff like that. So we could just kind of dive deep into that like later on. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about with some Fortnite shenanigans and whatnot?
Well, the video I did has done pretty well, so I probably will do at least a Scorpion video that talks about here's the Scorpion stuff. Hopefully the contrail it's been put in the files but it's not available yet will come with Scorpion.
Yeah, I have a question. You have a creator code now, SNAAAAKE. How much have you made from that, or like how does that work exactly? I'm quite curious about that.
I'm not entirely sure exactly, but I think it does require people to you use it. Then I think it's a certain amount of based on how much you spent with the code, you get like a certain amount back or something. Like it's something like that. I need to look more into it, but I just thought that'd be a really cool thing to have to include in this Fortnite video. Like, here's the first proper scripted Fortnite video. I have a creator code to support the show.
I never thought about doing a creator code, but if Reptile does like ever release, I might just do a creator code only for Reptile. Like now I'll start a creator code because I feel like some people might like want to type my name when they get like Reptile and stuff.
Oh, that'd be really good if people were just like, hey Sonic, I saw one of the Scalies was back in the store. I bought him using your creator code.
You know, actually, here's a very ironic thing. Unless like after like, because I remember they did announce like the Battle Pass skins will be sold in the shop eventually. I'm pretty sure the main Scaly skins, like all of them except for one, aren't in the item shop, unfortunately. Like the either battle pass, like the starter packs, or like the crew skin and stuff like that. The only one is Skelix, the one that like looks like reptile, like that skin.
Right, that was the one you were using while we were playing.
Oh yeah. That one. That's like the only way you can get in the shop currently.
You have a toy of him, right? And he made out with reptile in one of your videos. Is that him?
No. That one's hybrid. That one is you can never. That one's like really early on in the chapter. Let me find it basically. Let me see.
Did
Sorry
they
to keep leaving, guys. I just noticed like I had a random fear, and I was correct. I was like, did I set the video to go live today, or is it still unlisted? Checked my phone real quick on the YouTube studio. Oh fuck, it's still set to unlisted. So I had to get up and make sure I scheduled it real quick. And I don't trust my phone to do stuff like that. So
You silly sausage.
Gotcha. But yeah, this guy's
I don't
the
want
only
you
way
to
you
think
can get
I'm
in
not
the shop
taking this
currently.
seriously. I take this podcast very seriously, super serial. I just had to.
Not serious enough to show us your Fortnite dance skills, though.
Oh! He's getting up. He's
I don't have room. The thing won't follow me. Oh no, it won't follow me. Fuck.
There you go.
I don't think I'll be in frame. You can't see it, but I actually can do like this one. At least I could. Yeah.
Oh! Look at him go.
Oh my
I
god.
can do that.
Go dog.
Amazing.
Go
I can get way
dog.
lower too, but the camera won't go low with me. So I'll just give you a full screen. What if like the one that's just like this in place? Yeah, you can't see me. Oh crap! I'm shaking the whole camera. I mean the whole
I
table.
can see,
Yeah, we
I
can't.
can see the camera
Can't
being
do it
shaken.
here. I told you. I knew it would be utter chaos. This is why I didn't want to do it here. I knew it
Chaos
wouldn't work. I had a feeling it
reigns.
wouldn't work here.
I'll do my favorite emo. Ta-da! The Will Smith like pointing that way. TrueUnderDawg dancing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just that
My
lot of
favorite
it
one is
showing
still
off
the
skin.
Miku one you showed me, just because it
It's-
actually has a hit at the end. It can kill people. So it's like doggy.
Miku B.
Miku B. It just destroys the
You just
fuck out
gotta
of them.
time it correctly, basically.
My favorite one by far, because I can't imagine a more embarrassing way to die. That's even worse than the frying pan in like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, like PUBG.
Oh yeah, that's a
Like, no,
callback.
Don't frying pan me, to kill him.
One emote I'm rather fond of is the one where you pull out like a cart of ice cream and start offering it to people.
Nice. The new Sub-Zero one.
That
Yeah, I was gonna say
That
that's
is
a new
an-
one.
That's an awesome emote that they added for Sub. All the emotes that they were gonna give for him, like, oh, is he just gonna do like the classic, like, you know, like the early Mortal Kombat win poses, and whatnot. Yeah. But like, no, they told us friendship from Mortal Kombat 11. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I really like that one.
Which I hope they don't just do that for everybody. I hope
No, I don't
they
think so.
Have more variety. Like, I
Well-
don't want Scorpion to just do that one because it's okay, it's fine. But I'd rather he be like do something more Scorpion-ish, something cool. He'll probably just be taking the mask off for the
That'd be a
switch
built-in
styles.
emote.
Yeah.
Did they confirm Sub-Zero if he was gonna have bonus skins or no?
They have confirmed that he is not, unfortunately.
Oh.
Damn.
Which would be very cool. To bring this up, basically, bonus skins are like added additional like chroma colors essentially to the characters, which sometimes look good, sometimes look shit. So they have confirmed all the characters who are getting it like this time, and it's not going to be Sub-Zero. And unfortunately for you, Snake, it's not going to be the one that looks like Guard.
Oh.
And just these two, which is like, oh, it's too bad. I would have liked to see Sub-Zero with his weird rainbowish colored like coat and whatnot, or what they would
Would've
do
been
that
dope.
with that.
I see
But
what
I
you-
guess they were thinking like, to be fair, you only use the Guard color anyways, right, Snake? So it's not like the
Yeah.
biggest deal for you.
Have y'all talked about the gliders yet that are in the game? Because I find one of them very funny. Because there's a Sub-Zero and a Scorpion one. Right, the gliders. They're both the MK logo, but one of them he like
Yes.
freezes it, which makes sense because it's like, oh, maybe it's like too light, so he freezes it so that it's like actually solid and like he can glide on it. But the Scorpion one makes no sense because he just lights it on fire, and it's like, just
Ow,
for
ow,
no
ow,
reason.
my feet.
just burning the whole time.
That would have been
For
great.
anyone who's
if-
not Scorpion, it's the funniest thing to just light
it
your
would-
ride
would-
on fire.
That'd be great
and
if
step
the
on it.
animations were different for each one. Like Scorpion, like whoa, where Sub-Zero like whoa,
Slipping,
and then
yeah.
if they do a rated one, they're just like.
That would be very fun.
It's good zap. I'm still mad we didn't get flying Raiden, where you just hold onto his tassels and just fly. Just hold onto a belt.
We didn't get Flying Raiden yet.
No,
That would be
it'd be
so
great.
funny,
It'd be great if they did that alongside actually putting Raiden in the game, or Fujin. If Fujin's like gliding down and you're there like holding onto his legs.
holding on like an umbrella, the umbrella gliders basically.
Yeah.
It's Fujin. Or Sindel. I like the Sindel idea because Sindel floats
Yeah.
all the time too, basically.
I'm considering doing a Fortnite video for the Metal Gear characters, although it'd be difficult to not have my own footage of Solid Snake.
What are you talking about? You can just ask me or Baberuthless for that. We have all the Solid Snake variants.
Yes.
The gears, the weapons, the back blings, MG.
Everyone I play with,
Metal Gear
has
Solid
that character.
1 and 4's version of Snake.
Actually,
we have all those.
Actually, it's MGS2. Learn the law, you scrub. Why do you actually play a Metal Gear game before you start talking about what you think Metal Gear is about? Oh, Sonic.
I have no idea the difference between what.
You think this is MGS1? You think that's MGS1? No, idiot. That's MGS1. Get it right. They're completely different costumes. Idiot.
So one's a human, one's a duck?
Yeah, look at.
Yeah, I really wish they
One's a
put in
human,
that
one's a
one
duck?
version too, because I don't know why Smash and Fortnite just chose the outfits that he wore the least. I don't know why they didn't do it.
Yeah, it's kind of the iconic one now, but yeah.
Like the 3 games where he wears sneaking suits, the one where he's not the main character is the one they always go with.
He's also got the goggles in one of them, or not goggles, but like the visor.
Oh, sorry, I meant the Metal Gear Solid 1 version, not that one. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Silent there.
Never mind.
I'm losing track of this conversation, to be honest.
But anyways, so I'm very excited in the next 3 days for the Fortnite update, and of course the T-1000 trailer. But still, but to continue on the topic of this, because I thought it'd be fun to talk about some of the content that we have been producing recently. Like Snake recently has been doing pretty well with the Fortnite Mortal Kombat content. It's been doing well. It's been paying for your V-Bucks. It's just nice. I must say I thoroughly enjoyed your arcade cabinet video, Baberuthless. It was very fun checking out all the different things that you can buy or collect. Yeah, how did you feel about making that video actually?
So that video I've actually had the idea for a long time, because I took some footage actually when I was in Japan, maybe right after it reopened after COVID, so maybe 2022 or something like that.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I had that footage for a long time, but I never really grew up. By the time I was old enough, the arcades were kind of already fading out. So it wasn't really a thing that I got into a lot as a kid. But then after I started re-getting back into fighting games as I was older, I was like, well, what if I tried out looking at all this different hardware, and I actually had a how it kind of all got started was that I had a friend essentially, and he was like, hey, do you want to buy an arcade machine from me, like a Vuelix? I'll give it to you for $1,000. And I was like, oh, that's a great deal. I have the space right now. I'll go out and I'll buy this thing. And I say friend loosely because when I got there, he was like, oh no, never mind. It's fucking $1,200. And I'm like, you son of a bitch, you're trying to upcharge me right now, right here. But anyways, I was like, no, you said it was 1,000, so it's 1,000. So I bought that. And then ever since then, it's just been a slow descent into madness. I don't recommend. Okay, no, I should rephrase. If it's something you're interested in, it can be a really great hobby to get into. But if you don't have the space or thousands of dollars of extra money to throw around, you're better off probably just going to an arcade or a con and playing a machine. But yeah, that video is probably one of my favorites so far.
Nice. It's really fun. I'm watching the video and I'm thinking oh wow, how much has she spent at this point at some of these? I also really like how you're using one of them as. Did you say you're using one of them as just a regular coffee table, or do you actually eat on that table?
Yeah,
and stuff?
it's the head-to-head arcade one-up tables. Actually, funny story is that they for one of them, they actually sent me 2 of them. So I just ended up returning one of them and then getting all my money back for that. So that was basically free.
Yeah.
So that was like fucking dope. And I had a guy in the comments being like, oh man, like, you know, technically that's illegal. You shouldn't have done that. And everyone in the comments was just like, oh, you fucking chill. What are you doing? Fuck corporations. And I was like, but yeah, no, that video is definitely one of my favorites. And the arcade head-to-head cabinets are cool, but I don't think people really like sitting at them all that much to play them because it's kind of awkward and the buttons feel bad. But yeah, it's like a good conversation starter if people come over. So
Yeah, I would say that video like makes me want to get like an arcade cabinet. I don't know why I would want one, but it just like, oh, it's so interesting. You get to see like the SNK games and all that kind of stuff and whatnot. If I ever do get an arcade cabinet, one of the things I would want to do is, because I've seen some YouTubers do this, it's just like they're just having a commentary podcast, but then just like behind them is just like an arcade cabinet and like playing like the demo clip of like the fighting game and stuff like that in the background. Like that always looked really cool. That would be like one of the reasons I was gonna get it.
oh yeah, no, that looks dope. I wish I kind of had my setup like that, but I just don't have room behind my computer to do that sort of thing.
Understandable.
I mean, meanwhile, you have Snake over here just like rows and rows.
Casually.
Casually pointing to his swords.
I can't go any further because there's like a couch right next to it. Then it like bleeds over into the next room. So I can't go any. That's part of why this one has to be like this. It can't go any further. I basically made a room here to block it off because it's like 2 rooms that were knocked down into one, but now it's turned into 2 rooms again.
Yeah, I also have another. It wouldn't have fit the theme anyways, so I couldn't show it. Or I didn't want to show it, but it also was too heavy to move. But I also have do you guys know what like a Apache slot is? It's basically it's like pachinko, like a combination between a pachinko and a slot machine. But that was way too. It's like 100 pounds. So I wasn't. I mean, look at my arms. Like look at my wrists. Like I wasn't gonna move it from there to like my office to be able to do a video on it. So but I have like a Tekken pachinko slot machine, which I feed it with fake Garfield coins.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I spent way too much.
What game is it based on?
Tekken 7? Tekken 7. And it's like there's actual story lock behind it too. So it's kind of wild.
The one with the Xiaoyu and the Italian guy on a little adventure. Yeah, the canonical
Claudio,
adventure of reference in Tekken 8.
Exactly.
Oh, you have that? Wow.
You're prepped to make a deep dive on Tekken lore now.
Yeah, the thing is that like it is so, and like I adjusted the pachinko slot because you can adjust the odds of like hitting the jackpot or whatever, and I was adjusting it to be the easiest setting so I could actually like go and like look at the story and like learn more about the Tekken lore. And it's fucking like, I don't know, maybe I just suck at slot machines. It is impossible to move forward in that game. So I can only imagine like if you're actually playing this legitimately in a pachinko parlor in Japan, how much money you'd have to spend to actually see any of that story. So it's like, get fucked.
It's shocking how much effort they put into these things. Like Tekken, the exclusive lore. Yeah, the MGS3 one they did like 10 years ago with those beautiful, I think it was the Fox Engine renditions of those cutscenes. And then you have like the Silent Hill 2 one, the Castlevania one.
Fatal Fury had one that was like Fatal Fury 1, but like a movie,
also
right?
A
3D
canon
movie.
one, yeah.
Yes.
And I just had it.
Well,
then.
Guilty Gear also had one that's like has some lore in there and whatnot, from what I recall.
Yeah, Devil May Cry, that was it.
Oh.
Yeah, the Devil May
Cry
Cry.
Bayonetta 2. Right, I remember those.
Devil May Cry Cross, which is like an alternate version of DMC4, where like Dante's getting more involved and he and Nero Devil Trigger fight each other and stuff, and you're like, what is this? And they both have Yamato at the same time. It's just crazy shit. And they got the actual actors to come in and do the motion capture and voices. And you're like, why all this effort for a fucking pachinko machine?
Yes.
They're so fucking crazy too. Like they have a ton of like Evangelion ones, and then they had like Evangelion versus Godzilla. I remember seeing that.
Oh
wow.
Yeah.
So it's wild. They have like every crossover. But wait, Sonic, is that a Japan only thing? Do they have that in Taiwan?
Not here. This is not a big. Pachinkos are not huge here. Basically, I don't even know if they're huge in other parts of the Asia countries. I could, I could like quickly message my Thai and Filipino friends if they've got that. I'm pretty sure this is much more of a Japan thing, basically.
I imagine it depends on how strict the gambling laws are, because they say, "Oh, it's not gambling. It's technically not." No, fuck off. It is gambling. And I think some countries would go, "No, that's clearly gambling. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, isn't it like you have to take the pachinko prize, bring it next door, and then exchange it for like
it's
something?
yeah, you get a prize and you take it to like a pawn shop and sell it there, and then you get your money. And it's like that's
There's a whole
clearly
thing,
gambling.
yeah.
It's clear, it blatantly is. People outside Japan know what this is.
That is like legit, Snake. The only reason they say it's not gambling, technically, it's like a legit technicality, is that you're not getting direct money. You're getting a prize. So therefore it's not gambling. That's like that's the main argument I've seen when I looked it up. Because I was ready to dive headfirst into this when I had a lot of people coming at me for stuff. And I'm glad I didn't, because it would have been like super petty. But they were bringing up like microtransactions, this and that in different games. And I was like, oh yeah? The Tekken series I'll defend so much has had pachinko machines for like years now. In fact, Namco Bandai started off doing stuff like that, like pachinko machines and other like games of that manner. So don't even go there. Don't even go there. But then I was like, no, that's just, who cares? Like, you know. But yeah, I went down a whole rabbit hole of pachinko machines and how like it is the biggest nonsense ever. And sometimes it's like required reading. Like there's Devil May Cry 4 stuff like y'all were talking about, like in there and whatnot. And like it explains the stuff that happens in between. And yeah, that sucks. I think for Tekken, luckily, it's just fun stuff for the most part. Like, oh shit. Yeah.
Camera,
yeah. Actually, and then it zooms in. Like at least with the Tekken 7 pachinko, it's like just fun Elseworld, not Elseworld, but like it's like side stories with Xiao Yu and the Italian dude, right? So it's just like fun side stuff.
Or
it's
Claudio, no one can remember his name.
Claudio.
Yeah.
Which is funny because
Claudio would be cool if not for that zesty stance that he has that I hate. That stupid zesty little limp-wristed stance that he has. I don't like it.
Of all the characters they added to Tekken 7, other than Kazumi, who's been dead for 40 years, he's the one with the most. He's like the only one with story presence, and somehow even then you can't remember his name.
Listen, I low-key despise Claudio a little bit because he took the spotlight that I think Zafina deserved in Tekken 8. Like, he should have been the fucker that got one-shotted, because who cares about him? And then Zafina should have had the really cool, like, I've damaged Kazuya and weakened him, like she had all those games of build-up and then got to do nothing.
Poor Zafina.
She's even the character that can see the future, and she's still the one that got blindsided. It's like, come on.
Zafina's, like, whole entire gameplay style and all of her abilities are completely like not in the story mode. Like the moment like she shows up and like at the arena, it's gone. Her powers are gone. So everything she does in Tekken 8, like in the gameplay, just not in the story whatsoever.
So are those two dead now?
No, they're fine
good.
Because of the credit scene.
Because I was going to say like
Zafina is 100% not dead, but Claudio's implied alive.
I was going to say if Tekken had killed them off and then brought back Heihachi, that'd be the most evil thing ever.
Yeah.
So back on the pachinko topic, I just asked my Filipino and like Thai friends. In Thailand, no, but in the Philippines, apparently it's getting more popular now. So they're starting to have more pachinko machines. What I wanted to bring up is we don't have pachinko machines, but we do have something similar, which is what I just sent there. It's a marble machine, and this is just kids love these things at night markets. You just pay you have like a bucket of marbles, you just put it in and like flip it up there and see like what you get, how many points you get, and the better you do, the better prizes you get. It's kind of like an arcade prize. You get like dolls and all that kind of stuff. No gambling, but like it's a little bit. You got the little marbles basically and whatnot. You can also see it's not Bomberman, but it's like the same brand basically with the characters on it and whatnot. I took this picture on a vacation one day and I was like, oh yeah, look, little marble machines we was playing as a kid. So not a pachinko, but similar.
I like how Sonic says, yeah, they're getting more popular. No duh, they're gambling. They're designed to be addicting by nature. That's what the whole thing is. But yeah,
in the Philippines, apparently, that's what my friend just told me.
More popular. I mean, if you put them there at all, they're gonna get popular because they're just crazy. Yeah, I think if you put them in America, they take off really well too. Except we
It
can't
was
pronounce the word.
it was funny because last year I did go to Japan, and then like I saw like every, I guess like 5 or 6 blocks around like the more city areas. I'm like, oh, that's a pachinko place. Oh, would you look at that?
They
And
are
there's another one. Oh, would you look at
everywhere.
that? And there's another. Yeah, it's like, this is what it feels like.
And then you go in, and there's like so many floors. There's like 7 or 8 floors, and I'm like, how
Wow.
the hell are there's so many people here that are playing pachinko? Like, I mean, it's cool to walk through, but it's kind of unreal how many they are. Like, oh yeah, this is not
Yes.
gambling, guys.
I did
So-
like the line in your video where you're saying, yeah, keep that disgusting smoke out of arcades and keep it to your disgusting
yeah.
I remember
pachinko
that, yes.
parlors. I was like, yes.
Leave that in the
Yes,
pachinko
accurate.
parlors.
You walk
Valid
in,
and
and it's just
fair.
like the waft of smoke going towards you. And they even have these like on each or like on every other floor, they have these little small smoking sections, right? And I'm like, no one's fucking using these. Like they're just smoking out in the open. And it honestly, it's like that's the one thing I hate
Oh.
about going to Asia. It's like people like I feel like in America people have stopped smoking, but I don't know about Europe, but yeah, in Japan they're just full steam ahead, still smoking all the time, everywhere, getting in the machines. It's not my thing.
In Europe, it's weed.
Snake, can you
mean-
confirm?
I mean, my cousin who used to live across the road did grow weed on the windowsill of the front window. So, yeah, probably.
Yeah, because like when I went
I've never-
to
I've never been,
Amsterdam, it was
other than
like
him, I've never been around people who smoke weed, but I am familiar with the smell. So I would say that's probably accurate.
yeah. When I went to like Amsterdam, it was everywhere in that city. I'm like, oh, that's the smell. And then when I went back to Paris and like other parts of Europe, I'm like, oh, someone did it here. I can smell it. oh, I smell it. Something like that.
Oh, that's the smell. There it is.
Yep, that's
Oh,
the smell. So I finally know what the smell is.
You guys like didn't go to like the college dorms or whatever, or like your apartment building. You don't just like smell it all the time. I feel like as soon as I moved out of my parents' house, like constantly, just like getting hit. Oh, someone smoke.
In our country, it's not popular like at all. With that being said, I have smelt it once in a while, but we like smoke and vape more over here, so that's what you would get around here more.
almost everywhere where I live, it's like non-smoking because we just had it with that crap. Like here in Texas, it's very rare to even find a bar you can smoke in because the average person walks in and goes, "Ew, I don't want to drink here," and leaves. And they realize that and go, "Oh shit!" Like yeah, it's not very normalized here, but vaping is more popular, I suppose. But even that's only in certain cities. I don't see anyone vape here for the most part. Yeah.
you
By the way, I
unlock
wanted
the
to bring
core
up something
memory
random.
for me
I'm looking
there,
at stuff while we
Baberuthless.
talk, and I found out that they have a Street Fighter statue collectible, a big one, of Marissa. So, Snake, you probably want to get on that. 'Cause you love the muscle mommies. I'm just mad that Marissa got one, and my girl Manal didn't get one. Like, Manal is better than Marissa. I'm
Priorities.
sorry, just objectively.
Well,
There's also
those
a really
priorities,
cool
dog.
jury one.
well, she doesn't
Costs
have
like
the same.
$1,500, but it's only because they have like 5 heads, and the heads just look like the same face but more exaggerated. So I'm like, no, I'll pass on that one. Sorry,
It's
Snake, go ahead.
because Marisa, she appeals to the muscle mommy people, whereas Manon's thing is she got like really long feet, but Jory's already the foot character, so she's the one they make for the feet people. Manon is not.
Dang it, Drats.
She needs to find another fetish to appeal to, then she'll get her own merchandise.
Elena is definitely gonna get merchandise before Manon. I'm calling it. Like freaking Elena is gonna get merch.
I'm waiting for Aki's.
Aki would be really cool. I might actually buy Aki merch if it came out. I'm thinking about buying this sick jury statue. It actually looks really cool. Like I'm pretty down.
Oh yeah, it looks cool.
It does. Like it's a really good one. And I already have a jury statue behind me, so might as well add another one.
That does look pretty cool, actually.
Okay, that is dope. Oh, LED illumination.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, they need
The only
to
dumb
set
part is
these.
there's an ultimate version or the ultimate bonus version, and it's so stupid because all it is they gave her a bunch of different faces. The faces don't even look different. They're all the same expression, just like more exaggerated.
Okay, but wait, but what is that
see a
sign
picture.
and helmet on the ground? Am I like what? Where is that from?
The helmet's from the story mode, right? I'm pretty sure.
It's her motorcycle helmet.
Oh,
Yeah. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
the,
You're right.
That's the stage background. That stage that I hate
Ah.
because It looks so weird. Like, it's a cool stage to just play on, but that stage for like recording purposes has really weird lighting issues and stuff. It's not fun to actually capture footage on.
Yeah, it
yeah.
is just slightly different expressions
but
there.
Dawg,
Yeah,
Like smile, big smile, biggest smile. It's the
Dawg,
same.
you
Or you
have
can
to
give
get
her
the
a
ultimate version.
phone. Or you
Yeah,
can
the
put her
ultimate
hand on
version gives you
her
the
hip.
phone. You need that. You need the phone.
her legs go higher. Look at that.
Yeah, it's true. Yep.
I mean, it does look really
So
awesome. Oh, sorry.
So
go
are you
ahead.
buying the ultimate version, Dog? You're buying the ultimate,
Hell
right?
no. It's so like the default statue is 900, which is already kind of more than I'm willing to pay, honestly, because the Ivy one behind me costs like 750. That's the most I was willing to pay because at a certain point it's just diminishing returns. And the jury one is already 900 for the base one. This one with all the faces and hands is $14.95. It's like $1,500. Hell no,
Like
I'm
an
not
additional,
buying
like-
that. I could
like
buy a used
1.5.
car.
Like, if you're gonna sell them for that price, you need to find like the right type of people who would spend that much. And so the obvious solution with Jury is you give her the specific pose from Character Select, where she's like got the foot right out there and she's basically looking at it. That's the pose you give it. So then those people go, I'll drop
spend that money
$1.5 grand
for
on
that
it.
pose.
See, that's how marketing works. You need to understand your audience. No Joe Schmo on the street is going to spend $1.5 grand on this. But the foot Kumas, those guys are powerful.
Yeah,
There we go.
They have,
Met our
she even has
feet
her
quota
foot
for
doing
the
a little gripper
episode. Let's
pose.
go, guys. Yeah.
She's doing a little grip. Yeah, they're screwed. She's doing the grippers. Yeah. Oops. But yeah, Marissa has one too, which is pretty badass. But like whoever buys that, like, I think that was a bad investment. Honestly, I'm not sure many people are gonna buy the Marissa one.
I
But
mean,
we'll see.
I don't think these people are buying these because they want to make a good investment.
No, sorry, I
True.
meant like the people who made the statue. I think they chose the wrong
okay.
character. Like anyone else, I feel like, but that's just me. I
Snake
like
is
Marissa's
laughing
gameplay,
there.
though. She's super fun to play.
Next we're gonna
Like,
see
she
in
is
his room.
Unga Bunga the character. Sorry. I derailed us. I'm the one derailing us. That's rare. Normally, I'm the one that is like, guys, stay on focus, stay on target.
Yes, sure.
True.
I remember back in the day, the earlier episodes of this series, like we would talk about something, and then I think it's either Snake or you, Dog, will just bring up the Spider-Man comic, and then we'll just
Fucking
go there.
Paul. Burn in hell, Paul. Apparently, Paul is Venom now.
That's
Suck it,
deconfirmed.
Paul, I
It's
hate
not.
you.
That's a lie. The artist came out like that. Just looks like Paul. That's not Paul. I'm confirming
Oh, thank
it right
God.
now. They have confirmed that. So yes, at least
It's
some
still
good
annoying
news.
that it's anybody besides Eddie because we had a really fantastic comic that was like
I was
Venom meets.
joking, Dog. I was joking.
We have
I
this
was talking
amazing
about
comic that
Spider-Man.
was really good. Sorry, I'm kidding. All right. Well, can we just talk about Anna then and Tekken 8? My queen
Oh,
has finally
well,
returned.
Did you guys want to talk about some of your own content that you've made recently?
sorry.
I feel like,
Sure.
you know, it's this is off topic, but this is like 10 minutes ago because Baberuthless, you said like, don't you smell weed in the dorms like when you're in college and stuff like that. I just remembered the reason why I don't smell it in our college is because the security guards in our college went to like every room and is like, which one of you guys are the smokers? All right, I'm gonna remember every one of you smokers. You go to the rooftop and you smoke. Do not smoke in the dorm, or I will know which one is you guys. But you can smoke on the rooftop, but not here.
At
So
least
we
he's
never smell any
polite
smoke
about
in
it.
the dorm. It's kind of interesting.
So Sonic, what's the reception to the video been?
So after me going on a hiatus for 6 months with my Suck series, basically, I have now returned to the Suck series of Mortal Kombat 1, and people have noticed also the title. I've changed it from Doesn't Suck to Suck, because I start to think from this half of the videos, from this half of the series, basically, it starts to go a little downhill, basically. But yeah, currently the reception has been nice. People are happy that it's back. I've gotten some people saying that they wished it was longer because it is like a 15-minute video, I think, 15 or 13-minute video, which I'm like, understandable. But from here on out, the videos will be 20 to 30 minutes. In fact, this next episode is going to be 30 minutes, and it's going to be like 3 times the effort from the last one that I just made, basically.
Yeah, and you also explained in the video that a lot of the stuff that you wanted to talk about makes more sense to talk about next time because these two chapters are basically one extended chapter. So it makes sense to talk about them in the Scorpion one rather than the Sub-Zero. So, yeah. Come on, guys. Believe in him. It's going to be great. It's going to be really good.
Oh, thank you. It is really funny because I do feel like half of that video was just me talking about like the conspiracy of like who the benefactor is, Kung Lao's hat, a breakdown for Smoke's character, and then it's like, okay, now we're gonna talk about the mission. Okay, the video is done. It's a kind of short because I feel like a lot more can be explained in like the next video, but I still had a lot of fun with the edits because there are a lot of like funny edits that I've done, like the 3D animations and whatnot. I think people did enjoy that, basically, the the Bihan expressions and like the Shang Tsung smile and whatnot. Which, not to hype you guys up, but this next episode there's a lot of memes, a lot of like high effort memes is one way I'll put it, basically.
Hell yeah.
I do have to ask, like I know you use the AI generated voice in a lot of your videos. Like where did that start from? Did you ever initially like use your own voice in those videos at all? Or was it always like, I'm leaning into this, like being part of the meme or whatever? Like how did that start up?
The origin of the text-to-speech audio started in 2015. Like, back then, I was a very small, like, Mortal Kombat fan. I just decided, let me do some funny Mortal Kombat X videos. And for some reason, I decided to use text-to-speech for those videos. And then, the thing is, my channel has gone through a lot of phases. So it's like, you look before, I've done really dumb Sonic. This channel used to be a Sonic channel, basically, really early on. And I've done stupid Sonic dubs. I then did YTPs. I then made some content about the comic series Beastars. And then in around 2019, I was like, oh, Mortal Kombat 11's back. I made videos about it for when Mortal Kombat X was out. I guess I can make some funny videos about it for Mortal Kombat 11. And since I did the text-to-speech back in 2015, I might as well do that again. Why not? And then it blew up. And I'm like, oh, shit. I guess I'll keep doing that then, basically. And what's really funny also is like a couple years back, I told my audiences, I was like, I would like to change, I would like to try using my own voice, but I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think? Do you guys want the text-to-speech audio or do you want my own voice? Because I have seen comments of people saying like, I refuse to watch Sonic XD because of the text-to-speech voice. It's shit content because of that and whatnot.
Cowards.
And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't mind using my voice. And then I did a poll. I think like 80% of people still want the text-to-speech robot voice. So I'm like, okay then, what the fans demand, I guess. So that's why the series is still like that currently.
Sonic, you said you started these in 2015.
Yeah.
As in 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You're telling me that this year is the 10th anniversary of the Mortal Kombat Sucks series. Is that what you're telling me, Mr. Sonic RXD? Are you telling me?
I did not. You know what? Let me look this up actually.
Like you've reached this major milestone.
Let me see. Mortal Kombat X. Because my first video was on Kotal Khan too, actually.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up actually.
Which is fitting because you had no idea that he was going to become arguably your biggest meme,
basically.
KK in a wheelchair.
My biggest successor on the channel. April 28th will be the 10-year anniversary of my Mortal Kombat Sucks series, basically.
Wow.
Oh, you need to do something for that.
Awesome. The ironic thing is that would be the Chapter 10 video with Lee May, huh? I have no idea what I would do.
Or you could postpone that. Say that's but who cares about that? We need to do Mortal Kombat X revisited, or go back and go. Has Kotal Khan got better since? Has this character got better since? And just go through all the characters.
No.
This Reptile, however,
he got a bump.
Not only has Kotal Khan not gotten better, but his fall has continually gotten worse, which is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It's really funny how he just got treated worse and worse as time went on. And even in my video roasting him, like how badly he's been treated, I forgot that he died in his trailer. Like his reveal trailer for Mortal Kombat 11 that got hyped up by showing him dragging the sword across the floor on Twitter, like, oh my god, Kotal's coming, you guys, oh my god. And then he dies.
I remember, trailer. It wasn't just that he died.
I think Babe's internet died again.
It wasn't Shao Kahn who killed him. It wasn't Kitana. It wasn't Raiden. It wasn't Kang. No. It was Jackie Briggs.
Yeah.
That's even her reveal trailer.
It's like, they shoot this guy. They shot him in the face with a shotgun. That's how bad they did him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, but something for the
I think
10-year
Babe Ruthless
anniversary would be
died
cool.
again.
Oh wait, what?
Guys, never mind. She's still talking.
No,
Your
yeah,
camera froze on my screen, but you're still talking.
yeah.
All right.
I'm still here
You're still here.
Good.
Still surviving.
somehow.
What did you say about 10-year anniversary? What?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, I feel like you should maybe do something a little bit special for that. I mean, I don't even know what you would do all honesty, but I think, I mean, that's a huge milestone. Like 10 fucking, even just being on YouTube for like 10 years. Like I've already been on it for like 2 or 3, and I'm like, oh my god, it's been ages.
The thing is though, like, I started this channel back in like 2012, but I had another channel I started when I was like in elementary school, so like what, 2009 or something. So technically speaking, I've been doing this for a long time. But you know what? I like the idea. I think I might do something on April 28th.
You need to at least do like a compilation of the MKX ones or something, or remaster those or something.
Honestly,
Or
yes.
MKX as a whole. You just did individual characters, didn't you?
That's the plan. I feel like if I ever do an MKX video, I'm gonna do like my MK9 video where I just go through the whole story mode once, because the MKX videos I did was individual characters. I just picked the characters I felt like had some like funny issues basically, or like little funny things, and I just made short 5-minute videos on them basically. Oh my goodness, they were only 5 minutes back in the day. Wow, I really held myself back then.
There's a couple of ways you could approach it. One is that you just I'm revisiting MKX for the 10th anniversary. The other is imagining if you had made videos up to your current standard back then, and so you're like, Reptile, I hope this doesn't awaken something.
True. Back in 2015, I was very quiet about Reptile. I was very like humbled. I was very like very okay.
I think Cole's just like, oh, this Coastal Khan guy, he has his problems, but I think he's gonna go places.
But yeah. But yeah, enough about me, guys. Let's talk about you. Let's see what you guys have going on recently.
Well, is anyone else talking? I don't want to talk over anybody. Okay, here we go. Well, Snake on my screen is like, he's currently stuck in the Matrix. I don't know if y'all see that, but on my screen, his camera's like just like glitching like crazy. Y'all see that?
Nice.
Or no?
Currently, he's fine on my screen.
Yeah, he's fine. He's got his hands behind his back. Oh, now he's doing the Fortnite dances.
Damn, it's just me. I wonder why I'm getting like jank. Oh well. I got a lot of videos planned, but recently a video I'm proud of is the canceled characters in Mortal Kombat, because I found out that almost every Mortal Kombat game has one. I didn't know that. Everyone, or like not everyone, but a lot of people know about the meme characters. Like, oh, Zabron, or like Belloc, because he was so close to being released. But there's some pretty interesting ones, and the more I dive deeper into it, I learn stuff. Like with History Behind the Warrior, I had no clue that Deadly Alliance was originally going to have 2 vampire characters, like a male and a female. Natara is just the only one who made the cut. The male vampire was going to be the one who had the sword originally that Ashura gets in Deception, and he's the reason that it's lost in like the in the Nether Realm, because he was slaying monsters with it and stuff, and then he left it there. So that was pretty interesting. But I think what actually happened is that they were going to have one or the other, and Natara like made the cut because he has like barely any character model at all. It's so early on. He looks like a PS1 character. So I think it was more so that they just ran out of time and just put only Natara in, but that was cool. So that's the video that I'm proud of, and I'm going to be working on more in the future. I've definitely been inspired today to do the cursed concept art for the Mortal Kombat movie, because it's so terrible, and that seems like it could be fun to talk about, and I'll use it as an excuse to discuss how this is why we gotta always be skeptical of movie releases of video games, because they always have that guy who's like, but why don't we just change everything? Why don't we just make Goro a centaur or some shit? Always beware that man who thinks it's okay to even talk about that stuff.
Are you only going to be talking about the 2021 movie, or?
Well, if there's other concept art that's like cursed, please send it my way.
Rebirth.
The only ones I know about is the canceled movie, right? Rebirth. Is that what it's going to be called?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, Rebirth.
I know about that one to an extent, because they made a whole video talking about that and how terrible it was. And to my shock, there were people in the comments defending it. They were like, this would have been cool, actually. I like this idea. And I'm like, all of you, get out. Like the second I mentioned Baraka's new lore, you should have been out the door. 'Cause
Baraka
that's the
and
most
Reptile, no.
terrible.
Just no.
Yeah, Reptile is also really bad. You're right. Like don't get me wrong, Baraka with dreads could be a fun alternate costume. I like the idea of that, but just the fact that he was a surgeon is so stupid. Like with body modifications, like come on.
And don't forget, he was played by Eddie Gordo from the Tekken movie.
I did hear about that, which means that's one of the only canon wins that he has in his movie appearances, because he almost always loses his fights, despite being a really cool martial artist. But the capoeira characters always lose.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually did like that video you made about the canceled characters. I never knew that Mortal Kombat 9 was gonna have an exclusive Xbox character, like, because Kratos was for the PlayStation. It's like, oh, there was gonna be one for the Xbox One. We don't know who it was, but there was gonna be one. I'm like, oh,
It makes sense
that's
because
fun.
why would you only do one? You know, so it definitely makes sense they had plans for like an Xbox One. You know, but that game had a lot of weird, I guess you could call it growing pains, where they were changing stuff constantly. Because you can watch the early trailers and stuff for that game, and Johnny Cage has Melina's X-ray and weird stuff like that. So they were constantly swapping and mixing and changing stuff around with that game.
Do you remember the game's? It was a trailer called Shadows, and it's just showing the violence in Shadow. And then at the end of it, it's like Scorpion does, I think, Kano's fatality. And these obviously would have been planned way in advance because the big fancy CGI one. So I think they would show that fatality being done by Scorpion, but then Kano has it in the final game. So it's just weird stuff. I think Sub-Zero's X-Ray had a different initiation or something.
It did.
As well.
Oh yeah, I remember that
I thought it was Rain's X-ray, but actually someone corrected me, and I was correct, but slightly wrong. It's still Rain that they gave the animation to later, but it's his H2O boost. When he goes, "Hwah!" and like buffs himself, it's the exact same animation as Sub-Zero's original X-ray that they changed. Yeah. And also, Scorpion's design was just straight up MK versus DC's design until they changed it. Like in a lot of those opening trailers, he's just wearing the MK versus DC outfit.
Oh, that's cool.
So
You
that's
get to
also
see
a
that.
funny fact.
And Sub-Zero, anytime you see the visions of Bihan and stuff, it's clearly the Kuai Liang costume. And I remember one of the devs saying before release that Bihan was supposed to be the Sub-Zero in the game. So it's possible that the intention was that it was just going to be Bihan the whole time, and the timeline alterations, but then they changed it. So it's really weird the way they went about this stuff.
You know, you bring that up because this is kind of back to the Fortnite topic, like, because now people are saying, like, okay, that's Kuai Liang because of the scar, but he has like Bihan's like man bun like hairstyle and stuff like that, and like what's up with that? A part of me kind of feels like when I was growing up, I always thought like one of the canon things is that both Kuai Liang and Bihan are supposed to look extremely similar because people keep getting them mixed up. It's like Sub-Zero. Oh, I'm not Bihan. I'm actually Kuai Liang and whatnot. So that's always been like one thing that I've always thought. Like I literally thought they were twins. So in Fortnite, these two looking really similar, I'm like, oh, that's, you know, I would say that's like a really fitting thing in the lore. Unlike Melina and Katana in Mortal Kombat 9, it's like, how dare you beat up the princess? It's like, you really think that's Katana?
Look nothing alike
stuff
at
like
all.
And whatnot. I will say one thing that saddens me, TrueUnderDawg. It's not about your video, it's about a poll you made recently. And it's talking about how out of the 4 canceled Mortal Kombat character, which one do you want return? Belloc, Tiamat, Zebron, or Ash Williams? And Ash Williams has like a 70% like people voting for him. It's like,
I thought about not including him just because, of course, he was gonna win.
no, I'm sorry. Who are the people who keep saying, you know, we don't want guest fighters in our game? Like, enough guest fighters. We want just Mortal Kombat characters. We don't want the, yeah. What's this? What do I see here?
Yeah.
What's going on? I like
No,
Ash Williams. Don't get me wrong, but like,
Yeah. No, I agree. It's this funny hypocrisy. I think it's just two different sets of people. Or it could be that the people who hate the guests are in the minority. For all I know, I'm not sure. Like I'm 100% not sure.
I also think perhaps it's because they're canceled Mortal Kombat characters, so there's no relation with them. If you put up like, I don't know, Cabal or Cassie Cage, which one do you want back? And then Ash Williams, then maybe Cassie would win that and stuff like that. But these are 3 like kind of jokey like canceled characters, so I don't think like they would have that big of a popularity.
That's true. Also, part of me didn't want to even include Ash Williams in the poll because I was like, oh, he's probably gonna win, and he's a guest character. He's not the same as like an OG original canceled character. But then another voice in my head said, if you don't include him, it's going to be nothing but comments saying, where is Ash? Where is Ash? Where is Ash? So I included him, Yeah.
I like that you included him. You get to see the social experiment, basically.
Yeah, no, it cracks me up. The only interesting poll I had recently that blew my mind and actually shocked me was when I did the poll of like, if you quit playing Mortal Kombat 1, what's the reason why? And I thought cameo was going to be the #1 reason, but it wasn't. The other category actually is what won that poll. And people had different reasons for why they stopped playing. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's actually not just cameos that killed the game. I thought it was. I thought people hated cameos to such a crazy extent because like maybe I'm just hearing
That's
the
what you
people who
hear.
still yell about it to this day. Like what do they call that? Like the vocal minority?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
I
what I'm
actually
hearing.
do agree with the other. I do feel like it's multitude of reasons, or like why people don't play or like Mortal Kombat 1. It's not just one. If it's only I won't believe that it's just one reason, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm still a bit like bummed out that like people when they say like the game's lacking content, I ask them what they mean, and they almost always just tell me like the customization. And I'm like that's fine, but also I'm like MK11 ruined us then because that was never an issue before. Like in MKX or MK9, like it was never like oh this game is crappy because it has less costumes. But now suddenly that's like I think MK11 spoiled people.
The comparison,
Customization.
yeah, I
What,
guess.
what, what
Yeah.
it is that the customization has become the defining reward for in pretty much every facet of gameplay in 11 and 1. That's all you really the rewards you get for doing all the towers and invasions and all and race against time, all that stuff. It's just customization stuff. But the customization system is so dog shit. It's so bad. Like this game's got the worst I've ever seen. Tekken 5 on the PS2 in 2005 had a better one than this. How? What is wrong with you? Why are you so bad?
Yeah.
the fact that you
I
still
can
can't
see
pick the
Baberuthless fuming
alternate.
from the ears right now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
sorry.
you-
I was just
almost
saying the
like-
fact that you still can't pick the alternates from like the character select screen. I'm just like, bro, like what is this? This 20 years ago we had this. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Just
really confusing
recently, I
too, but
really
hey.
felt the pain that like Baberuthless here feels because for my video I do like intro dialogue, like
do.
comparisons and stuff like that. And recently I needed an intro dialogue of Havoc and Havoc, and I thought it'd be funny, be like, oh, I'll have one with normal Havoc, and I'll have the other one as Kataravala, and then I'm like, how do I do that?
Yeah.
I really have no idea
Yeah,
how to do that actually.
You have to assign
Yep.
both costumes, both costumes and gear pieces as random, just those two, and put them all to random. And then when you load up Havoc and Havoc, just hope you get the right combination. Because I've done a bit where it's this guy versus UMK3 Sub-Zero, and I had to make sure that the masks lined up. It's
Here's
such
the thing, though.
bullshit. It's such
That is
bullshit.
what I did. But the issue, Snake, is, well, first off, I tried it like 10 times and I couldn't freaking get the exact color. The Kataravala gear with like Kataravala skin. Instead, it's like
Yeah.
default gear, Kataravala helmet, default skin, and it's always like either randomly. The thing is, I still need them to say the exact intro dialogue, which is like
Yes.
1 out of 10,
Good
and then
lord.
times like randomized. I'm just like, fuck this. I'm just default Havoc. I can't.
You might be better off doing like 2-player, like getting one of us to play it with you, then we have our customized Havoc just to cut down.
I
the
wanted to
time.
do
We
that
can-
actually.
we have to
I was
disconnect
thinking
and
like
reconnect
get one of you
once,
guys
but
on to do that with me. just for one scene, basically.
What a fucking trash game! Holy shit!
I was
come
gonna
on,
say
come on.
there was actually an interview I think that Ed Boon did with like I forget what outlet Kotaku I don't remember, but essentially they asked him like that exact question around like customization and like character loadout, and he like, oh well, like we take all new sort of features into consideration. It was like a very PR answer, and I'm like, this isn't fucking new though. This is literally something that has existed in every other game
New.
besides this one. And that just like yeah, that was really annoying.
And then it's like throughout the last year, it's like they have been updating new things. We now have practice mode replay. Okay. We now have the warrior shrine. Okay. It's like they're adding
All
they're
good
slowly
things.
adding things. It's just like, can we get the customizations yet? I don't know.
No.
I do plan to make a video about how the customization has just gotten worse over time. It's just constantly worse than the last version. Like I think I've come around to where, while I think the end results of what you can create are generally better in MK11 compared to Injustice 2 because they are actual costumes. At the end of the day, like you have like no real freedom with the customization. It's such trash, and then it just got worse in this game somehow. Yeah. Then I have to do a whole thesis on here's how you do this. Here's how you do this correctly, you lazy fucks.
Luckily, if you want to see a video like that right now, Baberuthless did make a video about like fighting game character customizations, and one of them is in the NetherRealm Studio categories. I helped out with the thumbnail on that one.
Yes. It's like, Scorpion leaning over like the Captain America meme, just like, so you want alternate costumes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
that video, it's like, I feel like a third of that video is just me ranting about Mortal Kombat 1's customization feature, essentially. But yeah, I did that video, and then, like I talked a little bit about earlier, right now I'm working on the Soul Calibur 2 video. And so that's something that I think, Soul Calibur is a series that changing the subject, but Soul Calibur is a series that, like, I haven't touched all too much up until this point, and so really kind of digging into the lore and the characters, it's been quite interesting. But sorry,
Nice.
I don't want to totally derail. We can go back to Mortal Kombat customization.
No, it's good when you're talking because you are the guest. We do want to hear more from you.
Of course, yes.
I appreciate it. Snake, what have you been doing video-wise recently?
Yeah, Snake.
My wife. I have many wives. I will like Goro one day with 7 wives.
My bad. I wasn't looking at the screen at first. I didn't see this lady, and I thought you were talking about Bihan, my wife. Bihan.
My wife, Bihan.
Bihan is my wife.
Exactly.
Man, do you just have like a figure from every single fighting game series up there?
No, I was going to say I don't have a Street Fighter one, but yes, I do. I have Chun-Li.
Ah,
Oh, nice.
Street Fighter 5 version. She's basically wearing nothing.
Yeah. Because I think
interesting costume choice.
Because I think the version with like the original costume was way more expensive. But I do have the Street Fighter 4
understandable.
NECA,
Yes,
I have a
definitely
NECA
see why.
figure of Street Fighter 4 version, so I have that. It's got these, got MK, Sophitia.
Yeah, Virtual Fighter.
What Virtual Fighter merchandise? That series has been dead for a decade.
Hey, it's coming back.
2
Come on,
decades.
come on.
2 decades. Sorry, 2 decades.
Finally.
Uh,
Let's see. Darkstalkers.
no.
You gotta have some SNK, right? KOF or like Fatal Fury.
No, never
The
really.
only
Nice.
Virtual
Yeah.
Fighter merch I've seen was like fan stuff, like on Etsy.
I do want to get a Nina or Anna, but because they do the Bishoujo figures of those, so I'd like to get one of them, but they're hard to get hold of these days.
Oh yeah, no, those are super expensive. They're coming out with a Bishoujo Hisenko that I saw, and I really want that one.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah, that one looks really good.
Yeah, I just got this one too. Mortal Kombat 3 Storm.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That looks
I used
great.
to not be into like collecting figures and stuff, and then I bought a bunch of them for a video, and it's like I never looked back. I went a little ham, and I was like, "This is a business expense, guys. I used them in a video."
Exactly. Yes. That's the V-Bucks excuse, basically.
Exactly.
That's how you got into the arcade
The old
machines.
tax write-off. The old tax write-off. Works every time.
Unfortunately, the Storm line has come to an end because the license has gone fully to McFarlane now, and Funko for the Funko Pops. So we've got the new line announced for MK with McFarlane, where it's MK2, Liu Kang, Katana, Melina, Scorpion, Sub-Zero. But Scorpion Sub-Zero, there's a special version of Sub-Zero where you get the MK1 mask. So you got Bihan as well. Ooh. And the Funko collection, it's like, yeah, the new line of Funko MKs. We've done M1K, we've done MK1, we've done the movie, we've done MKX. Oh, what can we do now? How about MK11? Let's go back a game. And so now they're doing a set based on the fatalities. So it's Scorpion in the air where he's like pulling his spear, like when he splits you in two. Sub-Zero as an ice clone with the spear when he launches you onto it and then rips your head off. Katana with blood on her fans, and Kung Lao, Revenant Kung Lao with his hat with blood on it. And it's like, yes, the first Kung Lao that we've had, and it's the fucking Revenant from MK11.
Well,
Which, to
better
be fair,
than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, if you're gonna pick a costume from 11, it has to be Revenant because all those other costumes in that game are dog shit. Like, why is his drip so bad in MK11? What did this man do to deserve?
But yeah, Snake, I have noticed that you've been uploading quite a lot, like in the last month. Like you got a lot of like really interesting things. I did really enjoy the video where you talked about the retro skins in Mortal Kombat 1, like your whole opinion on that.
Long-awaited sequel, yeah.
The long-awaited like rant you've been saving up for like 6 months to shit talk people on Twitter in that video.
Yeah, because those who don't know, I was going to do Katana discussion as a standalone video back then, but then I thought, well, it's only a few months away before I'm going to be doing the sequel to about the costumes. I'll save it till then. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize this would take so long and this was such a long video. But yeah, now I'm just like, you fuckers on Twitter getting on my case about Katana, calling me sexist. Fuck you. Eat shit. Die.
Eat shit. Die. Goodbye.
And I will say, like, thank you very much for the preservation of some of the 3D era Mortal Kombat DVD collections that you've also put on the Google Drive and stuff, so that you can share the goodness of Mortal Kombat behind the scenes stuff. I actually did go through that because I needed footage of like Havoc and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, do you have that and all that kind of stuff? Like just to find some old footage and whatnot for my recent videos. So really appreciate your contributions to the community for that.
Someone suggested using a certain program to just rip the DVD, like the image file for the DVD itself, so then people could like burn it onto a DVD and just enjoy it as a DVD. So I'm thinking about doing that as well and adding that to the drive as well.
Oh wow, that's really nice. But yeah, I see Dog has just showcased Anna Williams fashion over here, which is interesting. But why don't we transition to this? Why don't we talk about some
kind of dope.
of the superior William sister here?
I agree. Yeah, no, it's great. So they finally, I didn't think it was going to happen, honestly. I thought they were going to bring in a bunch of new characters or characters that have not been in Tekken 7. I'm still waiting for that. Where the heck is Alex? Where is Roger Jr.? Where's Ogre? Bruce? Like, characters that weren't in Tekken 7. You know, I'm still waiting for that. But hey, we got Anna Williams, and she's got a lot of new stuff that has me excited. They gave her a little mini bazooka, which is hilarious because they're leaning into the meme of her having the bazooka in the films and in the previous game.
Her like ultimates, yeah.
Have you heard about the retcon they've made with Anna relating to that rocket launcher?
Yes, I know about this.
So it's what's it called? Something Tom. What's it called?
Lovely Tom.
Yeah. So the rocket launcher is called Lovely Tom because it's a nod to the fact that in her original bio it says she's a big fan of Tom and Jerry, but people noticed she was a fan of Jerry, not Tom. So why is it reference to Tom and not Jerry? Then Harada's like like he does on Twitter where he just shits out some bullshit.
He's got all these
to explain the terrible retcons, and it's like, stop being the J.K. Rowling of Tekken. Stop it! You're making it worse.
But explain what happens here.
And he comes out and says, "Oh well, Anna's bio from Tekken 1 that was edited by Nina to slander her. So Nina changed it." Anna's bio, so it says that she likes Jerry when she actually likes Tom, and it's like, that's fucking ridiculous.
I'm fine with that one. That is considering what we get from Nina Williams versus Anna Williams all the time. That pettiness, I'm okay with, honestly, for me at least.
And listen, you can't trust Harada. This is the same guy that said, "Hey, Hachi was dead, and we're not getting him," and then he put him in. So we can't trust the guy. I love Harada. I met him in person, talked a bit about Yoshimitsu. One of the highlights of my life, but like you just can't trust the man. He will do funny stuff like this. There is new bio for Anna in Tekken 8 that says it's named after her late husband, who was killed on her wedding day. Nina. That's why she has the wedding outfit in Tekken 7, apparently.
Yeah. That's a better explanation.
Yeah. So Lovely Tom is because his name was Tom, so it's his weapon to get revenge. Apparently he made weapons. He worked for G Corp.
Did you also see the new lore about Anna Williams?
That's what I'm talking about, right? Or no?
Tekken 8 new lore about Anna Williams.
That's what I mean. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, that she was married and yeah.
That's 7.
It is?
I meant the new lore.
Well,
Tekken
yeah,
8
that
explains her new
that's why
weapon
she
and
had
where she got it from. She got it from the husband and all that. Yeah.
yeah, but I think what's like means that the fact that she was getting married and then he got killed by Nina, and that's why Nina has the wedding dress and why Anna has the funeral gown. That is Tekken 7 lore. But yes, Dog is right that the stuff about the rocket launcher being named after her husband, who that guy actually is, that's new for me.
Yeah, but did you see the new lore? Like, it's revealed why Nina kills the guy and all that.
Yeah, because apparently he was bad or something.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yes. There's a new bio that basically it's only in Japan currently, but basically it's like actually Nina may have done a good thing for Anna because she found out that the guy that she was about to marry is like a complete scumbag and all that kind of stuff, like a really low life, like really really bad villain. So Anna's like, you know what? Maybe Nina, you're not that bad. And then she finds out that Nina actually is now the head of G Corp. Oh, time to fight this girl. Time to fight my sister.
So pointless. Yeah, she has a motivation to start going after Nina again. But actually, she starts to think, you know what? Maybe Nina did me assault. No, she actually also is Hitler now, so I'm gonna go take her out anyway. Why all this? It doesn't need to be this complicated, especially when it's the same story you've been telling for the last 30 years.
That her killing like Anna's fiance isn't that bad of a thing, but they still have a rivalry, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the greatest trick that like Tekken never pulled, the greatest trick they ever pulled was making you think that Anna is the good one. That Nina is the good one and Anna's the bad one. In reality, they're both bad people at the mid-level, like surface level. And then if you dive deeper, Nina is possibly worse because even ever back since her arcade ending, she accused Anna of stealing her shoe and then hit her over it, only to reveal that she had the shoe the whole time. So she just wanted an excuse to hit her sister for like no reason.
No, that was that Anna's was stolen. She accused Nina. Nina slapped her for it, and then reveals, "Yes, I did steal it." Ha ha ha.
Sorry, my bad.
Would you like to hear some good news, TrueUnderDawg? Somebody commented that statement about how if you look into it, Anna is probably like the nicer one, even though it seems like she would have been the more aggressive one. And Harada is like, I see you for paying attention to the story. So Harada agrees with you, TrueUnderDawg.
Yeah, Harada loves to do that. Harada loves to make like the good guys the villains and the villains the good guys and fun stuff like that.
Yeah, I think recently he even came out as like
mainly. It's the movies and it's the non-video game stuff that paints Anna as a good guy. I don't think in the game she's ever been portrayed as like a good guy outside of maybe her own game where she's the main character. You know, Death by Degrees. Hashtag bring that back because I want to play it with like updated graphics. Would be fun, but. Yeah, in the movies though, and in the shows, they always paint Anna as the bad guy and Nina as the good guy. Like in the very first Tekken movie, that's like just goated for how great and bad it is at the same time. And then you have the live action one, where again, I think no, actually, Anna and Nina are both bad in that one. Okay.
Yeah.
But then you have the Blood Vengeance movie, and then you have even the Netflix show gives Nina the spotlight. It makes it seem like she admits Kazuya is evil and like that whole corporation is evil. But in reality, I don't think she would care. She's always been an assassin / murder for hire, you know?
Yeah.
Fun fact, the worst assassin in history, because this guy made a full video about how Nina's record is like 0 wins and like 30 losses. Like she's never succeeded in like any of her missions for the most part and never killed any of her targets and even fails to be a basic bodyguard in several games by getting beaten up off screen.
Which is fun. It's funny because
one of the face of Tekkens, by the way.
The one successful assassination job she did was actually Anna's husband-to-be. And now they're saying, oh, actually, well, now there's like a personal angle to it, which suggests that maybe she wasn't hired. She just did it herself, which means that that's not an assassination, that's just a murder. So they took away her one W as an assassin and just took that away from her. And that was a personal thing. So she is, in fact, the worst assassin ever. Anna got hired to protect Kazuya in Tekken 2, and she succeeded. Nina did not get to kill Kazuya in that game, so Anna is better at the job she's paid for than Nina ever was.
Personally speaking, like I feel like I think both of. Well, I'm not sure about Baberuthless. How you feel about the Williams sisters? Because I feel like Snake and Dog, your opinions about the Williams sisters are like. Wasted potential. It could have been better. What are they doing wasting these characters? And I'm just here being like, they're the funniest thing in this entire series, basically. Just these two squabbles and petty rivalry. It's the funniest shit in the series. And if it's only Nina Williams, like without Anna, it's boring as shit. Like whenever Nina shows up in Tekken 7, Tekken 8, I'm like, But then when Anna shows up, like, oh, it's spicy. Let's get the fun down. That's how I feel about these characters. I think they're trash, but I do love their like rivalry. Basically, that's how I feel about these two in the story, at least. Basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like a lot of characters. I mean, like if you look at like Asuka and Lily, right? Like individually, I mean, they tried to make Asuka into something, and then like as the games went on, like it literally just got boiled down to like Asuka and Lily's rivalry to the point where like they do nothing of any significance in Tekken 8. But the only so now the only reason to actually like watch them and be interested in their characters is like watching that rivalry and also like that undertext of like, you know, maybe they're into each other sort of thing. So I feel like it's kind of, I mean, obviously not like the same with the Williams sister, but I agree that that's kind of the main reason you'd want to like be invested in these characters.
At this point,
yes, at this point. Maybe back in the day.
And it's like if that's the reason to be invested in Lily and Asuka, I have this thing to introduce you to called Street Fighter, because Sakura and Karin are that but good. They are the same thing but good because they actually develop their relationship.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't like
changes.
them. Yes.
It's not literally just Karin going, yes, I'm going to take over every aspect of Sakura's life and ruin it beyond repair, and then not let Sakura interact with Ryu at all. Karin's like, no, you're going to go and talk to Ryu. You're going to tell him what you need to tell him. She's like a bro, but Lily's just a piece of shit. I hate her. She stinks.
Granted, she does help. She does help though, and then
but she ruined my wife. You don't understand.
So it's annoying too because there's this new trend in Tekken that I don't know why it started, but it needs to die. They keep thinking that characters need to be paired up. Like they keep inventing new partners for people. Like even the new coffee girl is like already tied to Lily. And it's like, why?
In the arcade ending,
why can't they just have their own lore and stuff? Yoshimitsu's been attached to Brian at the hip for like 6 games straight now, and I'm tired of it. Like Yoshimitsu can have his own arcade ending without Brian.
Well,
like, what is this?
In Tekken 7, he was tied with Leo to make tentacle hentai jokes. Don't forget.
True. You're kind of exaggerating that a bit, but I get where you're coming from.
It's like one step above just like the basic bitch trap jokes because of Leo being the enigma that they are. Yeah. It's like it's one step above being like, oh no, this person has a penis I didn't know. Oh no. But I won't even put it past
the joke shit post. Did I tell you all about the shit post on Twitter with Leo or not? It's like super funny. It's like, everyone, I found de facto proof that Leo is in fact a man. And all it is that like if you do like the little crotch kick with one of the characters, like none of the women react, but Leo does a slight little flinch when you get close. Like he's going to guard his crotch like with the low kick. That's it. And it's like, I found proof.
I do like the reference
really?
you
That's
said.
Super funny.
The death by degrees right there. That is cool.
That shit got me hype. I'm super happy that they are bringing like they have their own little Kazuya Jin move now, but it's just kicks instead of punches because everyone knows in fighting games men punch and women kick for some reason. This is the rule of fighting games.
So
never gonna see a guy whose gimmick is kicking. Wait, no, you do. Never mind. Scratch that.
The living embodiment.
I mean,
there you go. That's
true. Save lives.
Kunri.
Got a question. What do you guys think about her new look?
The controversy was funny though with the hair. Like I didn't even notice it right away. I just thought, yo, she's got like an interesting look with her hair now. Then I was like, oh shit. It is night and day, like Juri's haircut, just red instead of purple. And she's missing the giant fangs in the back, which I still have no clue what those are supposed to be. I will die on this hill. I think it's a reference to that villain from Power Rangers for some reason, because it looks very similar. People have tried to explain it in other ways, like, oh, it's a spider reference, and I'm like, but it's not, because they're going up instead of down. Like they're not fangs. And anyway. But yeah, I like her new look. I think it's very cool. It's a great addition. Anna has a fantastic wardrobe, like always had. Anna slays in like all the games with her cool outfits, so I'm down. Although I think I like her alternate more. She has that one alternate where she has like the leather.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
not a girdle. It's the corset and like the outfit on top. I want to take that outfit and make it all blood red, but different shades of red because that's like her color, and it's gonna look good. I'm gonna make this happen.
My initial thought with looking at this Anna, I'm just like, I am just too used to brown hair, basically, because that's always Anna, the short brown hair. So now that it's like dyed a bit more, I was not used to it at first. The more I do look at it, the more I do like it. But like at the same time, people were saying like, this isn't Anna, this doesn't look like that. And it's like, this is Tekken 8. You can literally dye her hair brown, so don't worry about it, guys.
I mean, in fairness, if you look at like I forget, I think in game as well, Anna had black hair originally. But then in 2 they retconned it brown. Like I don't understand how anyone could look at the black part and go, yes, the black part, that's the part of the hair that's the problem. like clearly the streaks that to me just don't fit her character at all. It's just so strange to me. Like she looks like she's aged like 10, 15 years, and now she's like having like a midlife crisis. Like, I'm still young and hot. Remember this pose from Tekken 5? I'm still young and hot.
She does look younger because of what she's wearing. I do feel like I'm like, she's always used to have that more mature like feeling to this character, like in the other outfits. But this one, like you said, young and hip kind of a feel.
She stole that from Jury 2, because Jury has the costume 3 where she's wearing like the pajamas that only like a high schooler should wear at the latest, and she's like dressing in in that as a 40-year-old woman. So she stole that from Jury 2.
Oh wow, I didn't remember she's like young.
Yeah, she's stealing everything. But it's even worse because there's already been this accusation for like decades now that Tekken is copying Street Fighter in small ways here and there, and they keep doing it. Here's one more example. Stealing the Jury hair. And then her gun, her little bazooka, has the Jury like spikes on it. I guess you could argue, like the little bracelet spikes. But
like the blue ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like her outfit, it's a little bit... I mean, I guess I don't have strong feelings about it. Like the hair is definitely a little bit... I don't want to say off-putting, but like I'm not used to it, right? But to me, the jacket, like with the fur on the sides, like I get her things to be like a little bit flashy and bold, and she kind of like leans into that, especially with like the cheetah print. But I don't know, I just like Nina's outfit better. Like Nina's outfit looks sleek. She looks like she's like a boss bitch. She's ready to like get in. But I don't know, just something about I think it's like the fur on the collar for me. Like if you
Nina
left
Tekken
everything
8?
else, yeah, sorry, Tekken 8.
Agree. Yes, I do. Yes, I do like Nina's Tekken 8 outfit.
Yeah, I think if they just got rid of the fur,
you can change the color. Yeah, people were saying just change it to black or dark red, and it would have been like a way bigger win. But I think the reason they didn't maybe is because they wanted to make it clear that it's like not artificial fur; it's like a dead animal. Because she has that funny trend of wearing like a dead animal in every game. Even in like Tekken Tag 2, she wore a dead octopus. So the trend has continued.
By the way, outfit, dude. I'm gonna run. Can I run to the bathroom really quickly?
Yeah, be right back too. Hopefully the camera does not die.
For once, it's not me going to the bathroom. It's normally always me.
Oh, he's leaving anyway. What a bastard. Look at this man. Look at him. Look at him. Leaving anyway. He doesn't need to go.
No.
I'll tell you this, chat. This is the best thing about Anna currently. Same voice actor. Tara Platt, the GOAT, has been playing Anna since Tekken 6. And yeah, I would love to see her and Mary Elizabeth McGlynn as Nina give the characters their authentic Irish accents, because they've never had them, and it's really funny that to imagine what they would be like. I just love the idea of them having the proper Irish accents, but no, they have to be American, because Tekken on the English side don't give a shit about his voice actors. I mean, it's only in Tekken 8 that they finally replaced all those Nina voice clips that they've been reusing since like Tekken 4 from an actress who hadn't played her since Tekken 4. You cast a new actor and 2005 Tekken 5 he starts playing her, and then you finally replace all the old voice clips 20 years later. Tekken is bullshit. I hate it. It's such a dumb series, and you best fucking keep this in, Sonic. If you don't, I'll know, even though I won't watch this episode, because I probably won't know, but I will know. Trust me. Chat, don't tell Dog I left. You best fucking keep this in, Sonic. If you don't, I'll know, even though I won't watch this episode, because I probably won't know, but I will know. So those MK Funko Pops. There have been about 28 of these. There's some margin for error because of the different variants. Like the movie Scorpion, there's normal, there's like a crouch version, there's a version of the standing one without his mask on. So there's room to argue whether or not the movie Sub-Zero glow-in-the-dark version counts. But there's about 28 of these. And across 28, there are 10 characters that we've had. Scorpion Sub-Zero, I guess you could argue extra if you count the Sub-Zero separately, but it's Scorpion Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, Kitana, Melina, Sonya, Cole, Goro, we're getting Kung Lao, Yeah, I think it counted Kuai Liang and Bi Han as separate characters when I reached that conclusion, and it's like, why is this the same few? We have no Johnny Cage. There's no Johnny Cage, no Kano. There's no Shao Kahn, no Shang Tsung. There's no Reptile. Like all these, because I'm not even arguing. We need to put in like Sindel or Kenshi or Ashra, characters that people might go, well, they're not part of the iconic collection of characters from 1 and 2. I'm talking characters who are super iconic. Characters like Johnny Cage, who've been in it since the first game. No Funko Pops. I assume they're waiting to do a set for the second movie, which will have Johnny, Shao Kahn, probably Shang Tsung, maybe Sindel. I assume that's the case. I hope that's the case, because how is there no Johnny? There's no Johnny Cage one. Why would you getting more Scorpion and Sub-Zero in every single fucking set when every set only has 4 total? This is bullshit, and I'm not going to stand for it. Oh, these guys have been gone for a long time. This is how you remind me of what I really am. Here's my other wife. I have many wives, like I said. Jen. The good Jen, not that terrible smelly TV show version, the real Jen. Look at them abs. I love her. I would marry this woman if she was real. It's the Sonic.
Back. And perfect timing. See, Baberuthless just came back too.
I am back. I drank way too much water.
I've been trying to keep the chat entertained with my bullshit shenanigans.
Nice. Let's see. At the movie theater, I drank my milk tea. I had like a lot of water. At the restaurant, they had no sugar tea, and then I also had vinegar. So
you watched the movie today?
Vinegar.
Yes, that's what I was doing just then. I went to go watch Mickey 17.
I have no idea what that actually is. What is it?
Starring Robert Pattinson, directed by Bong Joon-ho, aka the guy who did Parasite.
Oh.
His new movie. Yeah, because Parasite director, so that's why I was like, my friends and I were very interested in checking it out. Long story short, not a movie for everybody, and I liked it. That's my very brief review, basically.
I am back. Sorry if you're all waiting on me. I was told 3 minutes, so I made the most out of that 3 minutes.
Oh no, don't worry about it. We all just came back and whatnot. But yes, so for
this coffee, dude, got it made in exactly 3 minutes. I'm proud of myself.
For a final topic, I thought it'd be funny because recently, like every half a year, one of these will always pop up. Just like somebody ranks all the Mortal Kombat like YouTubers, basically. And now, again, do not send any hate. No, nothing whatsoever. This is just a for fun tier list, anyways. So we, just having a good laugh, basically. But basically, somebody recently did a tier list of like their favorite Mortal Kombat YouTubers, and it's been hitting the waves, hitting the trending. People are talking about it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's not a very good tier list. You might think I'm offended. To some degree, I am, but it's really funny.
Yes.
Yeah. This has to be a troll tier list because I just noticed that MK Ice and Fire is that.
Yeah,
their
I wanted to bring that.
channel?
We're gonna bring that up later. Yes.
Yeah. I just noticed it's got to be a meme then, because no one like looks at that person who just re-uploads like the cutscenes and thinks that that's an MK channel. Like no way.
Yeah. So yeah, actually that's true. They're not even directly at MK channel. So for those of you guys don't know, MK Fire and Ice. If you look up any Mortal Kombat story mode playthrough, no commentary 4K, full thing, you'll find their channel. You want the intro dialogues, you'll find their channel. And right now you can find like almost every game that's been released recently. So I see here the Split Fiction, the people who made like It Takes Two, 10-hour full gameplay. Dwayne The Rock Johnson full gameplay. Like that's the whole channel basically. And that's better than Ketchup and Mustard or like Maximilian, or like on the same level of content creators like that,
Yeah, I don't know if I consider Maximilian a MK tuber. I mean, obviously he talks about it, but
very broad. That is true.
Yeah. He's an everything tuber at this point. Like, he almost only does half fighting games now, which is kind of commendable because he can do whatever he wants and gives you. It's really impressive. But I am happy he at least indulges in Mortal Kombat, because I feel like a lot of top creators would see like the hate that game gets and just avoid it. But Max like loves fighting games, so he still plays Mortal Kombat 1 and he will praise it and this game's super fun. I love this game. And I'm like, awesome. It's nice to see that. By the way, Sonic, you were frozen on my screen, and it's so funny because you were frozen as you were getting up and walking away, and just your elbow and ass are in frame. It's super funny.
Screenshot it before it gets deleted.
I will. We'll screenshot
I'm
it right
curious
now.
about that. Funny. Well, I'm just slay, just walking. I even have like the what do they call it? Oh no, I thought yeah, I do have a little bit of like motion blur, I guess.
Yeah, it's like you're getting the fuck out of there. Like, love it. It's so good.
I'm about to perform I forgot what they call that in like English. 一瞬千击, the Akuma's like ultimate, well, 1,000 punch move.
Oh, yeah, where he turns his back and at the end, yeah.
一瞬千击. I'm about to perform that basically. But yes, I'm very happy to be with Honeybee on the B team. And I wonder if he put Honeybee on the B team just because Honeybee, and then because Honeybee is known for Reptile and I'm known for Reptile, so we just grouped us together basically.
Ah.
I've seen. Why did you post this image? I've seen. This get a good laugh out of me though. The funniest thing I do think is the fourth snake being ranked the lowest, basically, because if you go in the comment section, many people are like saying, "Why is Snake the lowest? Snake is the GOAT," and then also TrueUnderDawg too. There's a lot of people like defending you in the comment sections. But do you guys know the true reason why the fourth snake has been put that low on the tier list?
Just for people who are just listening and not looking, Dog is like towards the bottom. He's like third bottom, a dedicated tier called "Would rather be forced to eat my own shit," which is a bit much. It's kind of mean. Even if you don't like his content, although to be fair, this does mean that this person now is obligated to actually eat their own shit if they're not going to watch Dog's videos. So if they don't watch Dog's videos now, they are obligated to eat their own shit. Hold them to it. They promised. It's their fault. Then you have never watched people who they've not seen. They've not seen Shah. Like, you're not seen Shah, really, dude? Fuck you. Stop lying. And then I'm at the bottom in my very own tier called "Committing Suicide If I Was Forced to Watch." And I think that's hilarious.
So I'm just like, Snake already gets like a 50% buff for being British. So it's like, to me, automatically, he should at least be one step up from that.
You want to know something funny, Baberuthless? That may or may not have contributed to the reasoning for that. Do you want to explain that,
okay.
Snake?
I gotta hear this.
Because people are then like, why is asking why I'm so low? Like, why is it so extreme that you'd rather kill yourself? Right? Your assumption is going to be, oh, this person criticizes the games and aren't like, that kind of weirdo who's like, person online doesn't like what I like. I'm gonna shit and cry and come at the same time. No, I forget if someone asked them, "Is this why?" or if they just outright said it. They admitted, "Yes, my voice. My voice is why." Which is like the voice, or does it mean the accent? So is it because of my accent? Is it because I'm British? Is that what it is? I don't know if it's broadly that, because Ketchup and Mustard are in the GOAT tier. I'm pretty sure they are from over here.
Huh.
So then this one's just like, it's like, yeah, this guy, I don't like his voice, therefore I would rather die than watch his videos. And it's like, that's hilarious, dude.
That's really funny.
Do you get comments about your voice?
Occasionally. But it's one of those where I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? I can't re-roll and get the voice of Steve Bloom. What do you want?
So, guys, speaking of re-rolling or getting a gacha, this is the fucking gacha frame I got before my camera was dead.
Oh.
This is the frame you guys got. Have fun with this.
Fair. Hey, it lasted a long time.
This is Sonic's frame for me.
My camera dies, so this is gonna be the face that you guys are gonna see. Actually, I think everyone's got the same face, basically.
Yeah, just the.
Yeah.
Yes, basically, like.
Yeah.
Out of everything, it had to be on this frame.
Yes, dessert. After everything you put in Dog through. Fuck you.
Unbelievable. But basically, after that situation, I did retweet Snake and being like, it's insane how he put Snake as the lowest just because he's British, because of that reasoning.
Because he's British. He's also putting people that I don't think haven't posted in forever. Like, I don't think V-Man even does content anymore.
I have to assume this is like one someone else made and they just like took it and used it.
Oh, Apparently, this is a tier list you can find on like a tier list maker and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'd
okay.
love to know what the original tier list, what the tiers were in the original version.
So, Snake, I just saw on Twitter one of my fans. I think this is also like one of your fans. Replied, as a British person, nah, it's completely deserved if that's for the reason.
Damn. Okay.
I think this
I
person's
kind
your
of
fan
like-
too, actually.
See, I look at this list though, and I'm like, okay, so joke or not, because some of these people, I'm like, these people don't deserve. MK Ice and Fire, get the fuck off there. They shouldn't even be on this list at all. Fuck them. But then I'm like, Sonic Heart XD. Who makes a tier list of MK YouTubers and doesn't put Sonic in the goated S tier? Who the fuck puts in anything below the?
Thank you very much.
Come on, we agree, right? Sonic should be top tier. Guys, I talk to you two, not the chat. Come on,
Yes, Sonic deserves to be higher.
Thank you very much.
dog.
I
Dog
saw
just
one person
staring
like
down,
ask
just
why is
like-
Underdog hated. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Why you letting the side down, dog? Come on, agree with me.
I agree with you.
Good.
One
Well,
sentence.
thank you very much. Well, what were you saying, dog? You were gonna say something funny.
Oh, I was saying that I appreciate a lot of people defending me in the replies or being like, oh, come on, like you may have some of them are like defending me and some are half defending me, which is even funnier because it's like, yeah, I know bro fell off, but come on, he's still the goat. Or being like, yeah, he clickbaits, but I still like him. Or yeah, come on, the hate is kind of forced. Like I get some of it, but yeah. But one of my favorite ones is like, why do people hate TrueUnderDawg? I don't get it. And someone replied saying he uses AI art. And I was like, oh come on, I haven't used AI art in like months. But also
You
I
haven't.
never
You haven't.
underst-
Yes.
Yeah, I never understood the controversy behind that because I was always the one making my thumbnails. If I put somebody out of a job, like they were my thumbnail person, and I said, fuck you, AI's doing it, then I'd get it. Because it's like, oh no, it took our jobs. But I don't see the controversy when it's like, it's not taking anyone's
It's
job away
because
or anything,
people
but-
are dumb reactionaries and they hear a word and it sets off, it just triggers them like in Manchurian Candidate. You know, like back in the day when it's like Americans hear the word communist and it's like, it's like that, but now it's AI.
Well, also because like AI looks like shit. So I do see like, oh, he's got a sloppy, ugly thumbnail now. What that kind of like opinions that I've seen. But it's not just you though. Like if people use AI in thumbnails, unless if it's like crypto bros, like then they'll have a lot more people liking it,
It's like,
or
guys,
people just be like, I don't like this.
You have a choice. There are two choices before you. You can have either the AI slop thumbnail, or you can have the one facial expression from when they get mind controlled by every fuck. Pick your poison,
call me
guys.
out.
Which should have
No!
let's use the
No!
actually. Like doesn't this?
I even asked Sonic like 2 times in a row to give me footage for that because I don't have as many
Yes.
costumes as he does. So I'm like, can you do the Quan Chi fatality on this character? Can you do the Quan Chi fatality on this one? And that was one of my best performing videos in the last month was the
Ayo.
Harakiri's reaction. And it's just like Liu Kang with the bloody eyes because of the vampire costume, which is why I picked it. I'm like, I know if I give him like the bloody eyes and crap, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, click on that shit. So, yeah.
You're
Love it.
welcome. I gave this one
Be
your
fair.
and the quiet end with a scar.
In my defense, people will never know or appreciate all the tiny bits of Photoshop I do to these thumbnails. Like, I do perspective warping, I grab certain parts and enhance them. I had to mirror the eyes because his left eye was in the shadow and you could barely see it. So I had to mirror the eyes and then darken it a bit. I do saturation bump ups. I always get rid of their necks because I hate necks.
Yeah.
I despise necks, so in my thumbnails, characters never have necks. This is true. You can look. I got rid of
Yeah,
all of them.
TrueUnderDawg,
I'm
I was about to
anti-neck.
mention, like, as much as I would like to appreciate, like, your thumbnails, just, no necks. Like, Madam Bo here with no neck really is just, like,
She's like-
uncomfortable. Yeah.
And that image is actually from story mode because the one they give you in the release date is terrible. She's like looking up to the side and like she's all Kentucky fried and shit, so you can't even get a good like color off of it. This
I'm
image
very-
still looks weird. My girlfriend saw it and said, that doesn't look like a person. And I'm like, this is dead ass the face she makes in story mode. All I did was brighten her eyes a little bit. This is like exactly how she looks in story mode. The reason I get rid of the necks, like for all jokes aside, is because I want to show a bit of their outfit and make them not
Yeah,
just floating
yeah.
heads, which they would be if I didn't delete their necks a lot of the time. So I just delete their necks to show more of their wardrobe.
You know, I just thought when you said I hate necks, I was thinking like, oh, is it because that one thumbnail gave you like a super long neck, and that's why you despise? That's why from now on you're just like,
Vendetta.
I was ready for this.
get rid of them.
Vendetta born from trauma.
Ready to go, Sonic, and you completely caught me off guard with an even better joke. Damn it! I had a reason. No, Sonic. The true reason why I hate necks is because Big Ed was my sexual awakening. That man. Ever since
Oh my
I
god.
saw Big Ed.
That's a callback, honestly.
I googled him.
Oh my god.
Bo Ride
dude.
Show would absolutely put mayonnaise in his hair.
He totally
So off
would.
topic now.
Oh, Big Ed.
The
I
memes are
forgot
so
about
good.
him.
Yeah.
I do
Very
love
first
the
image
idea.
that pops up, and they're trying to make him look good in this image. That's the best part. This is the best they could do.
Aww.
Oh no.
I love the idea of someone listen to this podcast. They have never heard of Big Ed, and so they think Mortal Kombat podcast, Big Ed. Ed Boon was just saying, what's wrong with Ed Boon? Why are you guys seeing him put mayonnaise in his hair? What's going on? Is that why his eyebrows so bushy? Did he put mayonnaise in it?
I mean, in his defense, his hair looks good. Like, the mayonnaise is working, whatever it's doing. Like in the second photo. Like, he's got hair. Like, I know a lot of people, even like by my age, like it's gone. There's like a little comb over action going on, but like it's full on gone. Big Ed's got some hair.
True.
I'm not
In the videos, or like in the 90-day fiancés, he always looks like his hair is very greasy though. It looks great here though, but in those it just always looks like it's wet. And to be fair, I think it's more about him sweating a lot. So that yeah. How do we come back from this? What were we talking about?
Yeah,
How do we come back from Big Ed?
I could do this whole big thing about the tier list and being like, yeah, so Sonic. There are four things that bug me in this. One is that Sonic is not higher up. I think, yeah,
Thank you very
MK
much.
Fire and Ice shouldn't be on here. Sonic should be in the toppest tier. Dog is not that bad. Come on. And even if you don't like his content,
He's
it's
not
like,
S
he's
tier, but he's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It should be at least middle of the road. Come on. You can't put him any lower than. He's not a bad. He's on that grind. His content is at least passable. Come on, guys, be realistic. And
Listen,
the fourth thing.
The tier was honest. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go off.
The fourth thing, the one that really pissed me off is you're like, okay, if Maximilian qualifies as an MK tuber, even though he doesn't talk about MK that much, you know who else qualifies as an MK tuber? Baberuthless. She should be on the toppest tier, up there with Sonic. That should be like a couple of tiers down below that, maybe 3 up below. Dog should be roughly level with me. Those two, toppest tier. Fuck you. You did a bad job with this thing. Even if it's a joke, it's terrible. It's a bad joke. You made a bad piece of content, and you're calling my content trash? Fuck you, dude. You made this. Eat shit and die.
If you really want to grind this person's gears, Snake, you should talk the Sing movie.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. They're probably a Sing stan.
I remember someone saying like, you know, you should have listened to a Sing stan or something like that. that rat Seth Rogen isn't even the second sequel, and you stan that character. Unbelievable.
I think my favorite response that people had to it was saying that, talking about, you know, because I say if you share it with your enemies so they can suffer along with this person.
Yes. Oh, I hope this person shared it around with his enemies.
I appreciate you saying that, Snake. I feel like I've made like one video purely on Mortal Kombat though, so like I don't need to be included in this.
There's always time to change that. The pit.
You're not wrong. Maybe
Arena?
a future update.
And to be fair though, like it is whatever creators were on the tier maker, so probably the person who made the tier list is like, oh, Maximilian, like he
That's
makes
not
more
an
comic.
excuse. They should have made their own one. So they've been a lazy content developer. Fuck you.
TrueUnderDawg.
I don't know half these people either. Like I don't know a huge chunk of these people on the tier list.
I feel like I know them more if I saw the name, because some of the pictures I'm not 100% certain. Yeah.
I think you'd know them more if some of them weren't literally just taking a load screen from an MK game.
Yeah.
I've never watched Tanya from Katana Catwoman. I've never watched their YouTube channels. I don't know. Jason Voorhees is a YouTube. Can't imagine he has much to talk about in his videos, but Give it a go.
Okay, wait. Out of the goats, who do you know? Because like I don't really know anyone on this list, to be honest. Besides you
Oh,
guys.
I know everyone on the front. I actually probably know everyone in the goats.
Is that, that Uncaged first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That might be bait.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything rude.
Sorry, no, I like Uncaged, but I don't know. That's why I think it might be bait, because Uncaged is he's up there with me as like he's equally liked and despised. I like Uncaged though. I think he's fine.
Yeah.
The only one I don't know in the S tier, well, actually, the guy next to Super, is that Caboose? The guy next to Super, the Fire God Liu Kang one. I think that one's somebody.
I was busy getting a thumbnail because I found it funny that
Yeah, it's
I just found this thumbnail to be funny because one of the people who was against like the sexy outfits in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Well, we can cut that part out if you want to then.
Yeah, so we're going to cut this part out, but this part here stays in. The person we were just talking about, we're calling you out. You won't know who it is, but we're calling that.
We're just out of context, so we don't even know who this is talking about.
Out of context roast. Yeah.
Yeah. The only unfortunate one in the S tier currently is like Waz, because he retired. So RIP
true.
Waz. You were the goat.
Well, Waz transcended. He did not retire.
Yes.
He transcended to like Maximilian dude status, where he's just going to do everything and probably still get a very good amount of success just doing whatever he wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
have
for
no
him.
idea
Good
who
for
you're
him.
talking about.
Waz? Okay, I'll glaze Waz a little bit here.
Scott the
Because
Waz, obviously.
Yeah, I'll glaze Waz. I was keeping track of who was like the top YouTubers for Mortal Kombat, right? Because they're my competition. I'm like, what are they doing that I can be inspired by? Like, what can I take any pages or notes from these people? And I saw that Waz was like rising out of nowhere. I was like, dang, Waz went from getting like lucky to get 10K to getting like 80,000 views on every video. The only downside was he'd only post like twice a month or something. But I'm still like, dude, this guy is flying off the shelves. I met with him in Evo and talked with him about a few things. It was fun, great conversation. But then I think he just had way more fun streaming than he's had doing Mortal Kombat. So he's like, I'm just going to stream and play whatever I want to because I'm having more fun doing that and like more success doing that. And one of these days I want to pick his brain. I want to pick his brain one of these days and see if that's like a lot of money in that. Because if so, I may also follow that route. We shall see.
The phrase is like be a fly on the wall or something. It's like, no, what's up with them and stuff like that.
Interesting. I feel like for streaming, for me personally, like I don't really have the personality for that, nor do I have the fucking time for that, quite honestly.
Bro.
But like I have tried it before in the past, I think like once, and I was like, this is not for me. It's like a totally different ecosystem. I mean, do you stream at all?
I don't think me and Snake do, but Dog has.
I've done a couple. I did the Among Us stream, which was fun. It got a lot of people. I got like 1,000 viewers or something, but I think that's because it was all the fighting game YouTubers. Like, I think that's why. It's the only video I had on my channel at all. And we all played Among Us together, and it was pretty fun. We had some hype moments. I'm really sad I didn't save it because I didn't know that like Twitch had changed. I hadn't done Twitch in forever, so they had changed it to where if you don't save the video, it does go away after like a week or something. They delete it. I didn't know that. So I lost that hilarious Among Us clip where I totally gaslit like 4 people on my side into clutching it and winning the last match, and it was so much fun, and like everyone laughed and it was great. Everyone clapped, the whole room clapped. It was great, and but now it's gone forever. So that's a shame. And then I streamed one more time, I think. No, twice. I streamed 2 more times. One was just me playing with my fans. That was a fun stream. And then I did one more time with Dead Space. I streamed Dead Space, which was fun. It was on YouTube. I did YouTube streaming. It was good, but I didn't have a crazy amount of viewers. I think I had like 500 or something.
No, only 500.
It could be. I hear that's actually a good amount. You're right. That is, I think, a decent amount.
On Twitch, getting 30, you can make a career out of that for some people.
Wow.
Yeah, I
There you
think
go.
Twitch, the
Like, consistent
numbers are
viewers.
low. They tend to be pretty low.
So you getting 1K is actually really impressive.
Also, I've learned, if y'all want to look into it, apparently, like, people have talked about multi-streaming, but I didn't know what that meant. I knew what it meant, but not how to do it. I was like, how do you stream on multiple platforms at once? Apparently, there's, like, apps or software that does that. It allows you to simulcast on YouTube and Twitch and somewhere else at the same time, if you want to. It's all one stream, but everyone's seeing it at the same time. And I don't know how it manages donations though, because if someone donates to me with a message, I want to read it, and I'm worried that it'll get missed if I'm multi-streaming. So, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I see. Yeah, stream setups are like
We should
scary.
stream, by the way. Combat Kings should be streamed.
We have brought that up many times actually.
Yeah.
It's just like just I don't have the time to research like how to do all that jazz and whatnot. But I do think that would be fun someday.
Well, but that can be Dog's area of expertise. That could be his thing to bring to the table. You edit the video stuff. He's like, yeah, we're gonna do the stream stuff. Dog can handle that, and I'll just be here coasting by on your hard work. That's the ideal way.
You know, technically speaking, Dog is the backup editor. Snake, shouldn't you be the one who learns how to stream?
My internet's not good enough.
Okay.
Where I do. I spend a stupid amount of money on internet, so I should stream. I spend a stupid amount of money on this internet.
I do have two funny things to bring up about Dog streaming specifically. The one thing I do remember is because when you did the Dead Space stream, I was there. It was fun.
Yeah.
You got hacked right after that,
Yeah.
and you kind of made a joke, being like, "Is it because I live streamed that's why I got hacked?" And you had and you kind of joke saying that's PTSD. I'm never gonna live stream again and stuff.
Well, it's not just live streaming. I'm afraid to even log into my YouTube account on this computer because it's the one that got hacked. I've cleaned it. I've cleaned it. I've cleansed it. So it should be good. Just taking the L's over here. Just constantly taking L's. Yep. Just constantly taking them.
I turned that function off. I forgot, so I couldn't piss out of you because I turned it off. So joke's on me, I guess.
You're a better sponsor than me, Snake, because I didn't even try any of the features at all. They told me to. I guess it's okay to say this now. This might have to die and stay between us. No, I'll say it later. We'll bring it up later.
Okay.
Yeah, Laura's being edited out. You're stealing content from the viewers, Dog.
I have to edit out so much this episode. But there's another thing I want to bring up, Dog. You want to know one more time you live stream on Twitch that you forgot about?
Oh.
It was like
yes, it was the first to 10 with Globku, right?
Oh, no. I actually wasn't thinking about that one. I was talking about the first time we both made a video together.
Oh.
Do you remember? Yeah. It was like,
crap.
NK? Yes. Basically, Discord or something was really hard to share our images and record at the same time. So you had the idea to be like, what if I stream it on Twitch and we can listen to that, or there's a little bit of a delay and use that as a screen or something like that. And so that was like, you opened Twitch up again for that. And one of your fans showed up in chat being like, oh my gosh, Underdog, he's streaming. Who's that? And in the comments, and Dog, you're just like, oh, ignore that person. So that unlocked a core memory there. Just you doing
just
Twitch
that
there.
Person. Yeah. I was also getting trolled a lot on my Dead Space stream because I still had some controversy back then. It was a bit of a non-controversy. If y'all want to talk about it later, we can. But I had to constantly stop what I was doing and go into the chat and ban people manually.
Oh my gosh.
Next time I stream, I definitely need a mod. And I have friends in mind that are already willing to do it, which God bless them. So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I know we can get into this later, but with the tier list and all that, okay, AIR, we talked about that and stuff like that, but why is there controversy, I guess? Because I've seen your videos and to me they're perfectly good content, so I don't really understand. I've seen way lower effort content floating around.
You're very kind. I have only one video that I semi-regret posting. The only reason I don't fully regret it is because the people who hated on it and responded to it almost always either got the wrong idea, that could be on me, or they just straight up lied about what I said in the video. And that's the part that bothers me. It was the Tekken 8 versus Mortal Kombat 1 video, which I probably never should have made, even though I think I showed it to my Tekken buddies first, who are diehard Tekken fans, and they said it was completely fine and very valid and fair, even-handed criticism. But the fact that I compared it to MK1 at all, I think is the problem, because MK1 was pretty hated around that time. Still kind of hated, but it was very hated around that time. And Tekken 8 was God's child, because they hadn't added the store or microtransactions yet. They stealthily snuck that in a month after the game came out. It was so sneaky. It was are the reviews out? Hey, put it in. Super sneaky stealth mission completed, respect earned. But yeah, I just talked about Tekken versus Mortal Kombat 1, and it was only inspired because I saw so many people trash talking MK1, being like, Tekken 8 is here, now Mortal Kombat 1 is dead. Which, first off, can we stop doing this? Can we just enjoy all the games? Like, I probably play Tekken 8 more than all the people that are hating on me in that video. I've got so many hours into Tekken, and Tekken 8 especially. I even have over 500,000 views for my Tekken 8 videos. Come on, I like Tekken 8. But yeah, that was the controversy, I think, was that. And also, there's one more. I have been an Argent? My vocabulary is failing me right now, but I've been a big defender of the sexy costumes in Mortal Kombat, and I want them to come back. And I've made 3 videos at least about that, maybe 4. And 2 of them like took off and got really big
on Twitter.
And people have not let that go. It's so funny. I see people in this same comment thread on the Twitter one being mad about that, and I see people talking about it on Reddit sometimes too, like, this guy's a massive gooner, he only cares about sexy outfits, and it's like, bro. Or he's like, oh, he's a creeper, he wants the sexy outfits, and I'm just like, bro, that video is like 5 years old by now, I think, and people still won't let that one go.
Yeah, if people do that, they'll hear an opinion you gave years ago, and they don't think, oh, this video was years ago, it might have changed since then. This video's a month old. They might have changed their opinion in that time. No, they're like, this video, it cements their opinion forever. Their opinion cannot change. If it changes, they're a hypocrite. Because people online are fucking stupid.
This is true.
So that's a couple of ones that I've also heard. One of the other ones that I've heard is the
There's a lot.
TrueUnderDawg is a show for Mortal Kombat. He's a show for NetherRealm Studio. Which I think luckily that's been getting a lot less, especially since you've been on the Mike Trelinsky. That's what he's called, right?
No, that's Mike Hollow. Mike Trelinsky is the GOAT.
Freaking bad. I'm gonna write it down. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that.
Mike Hollow's fine too, but Mike Trelinsky is the GOAT. He actually, if he was a bit less lazy, no disrespect, he would be like, he already is.
You want me to cut this out?
Sorry, if he was a bit. Oh, sorry. Let me just reword it. If he committed a bit more, he'd be even more number one than he already is, because Mike Trelinsky, every time he posts, gets like between the 80 and 200,000 views range. And he does like, I rage at Mortal Kombat 1 content, but it's like funny rage. It's not like low tier God where he's being a dick. It's just him actually playing well and doing great, then getting very unlucky and dropping like a combo and going, like, it just like keeps playing, like it's hit or something, you know? It's just him having fun. It's great. It's very fun to watch. He's a very positive dude, but he barely posts. He barely posts. I wish he posted more. And yeah, but
he's not
that's
on
Mike
that
Trelinsky.
grind set like you, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Which ironically, that's one of the main things that I do see of controversies with TrueUnderDawg. But yeah, if you Mike Hollow
There's
live
too
stream,
many. Like, pick your flavor of things that people don't like about me. There's too many.
Yeah. Well, what I wanted to say was like, have y'all seen? Oh, that maybe I didn't bring that up. But have y'all seen? You guys know like Pyrocynical, right? Basically, like Pyro Live and stuff like that. Well, there's a phrase that I think literally he kind of started is called like the slop channel, like the slop content and whatnot. Yeah. That is unfortunately what some people I've heard with TrueUnderDawg is because like, oh, that's slop content basically. He just like, oh, there's one Twitter thread, there's one news, and then he extended to 10 minutes, like Pyrocynical basically, and he uploads like so often, so he's running a topic. Like that mindset is one thing that I have seen a lot when talking about TrueUnderDawg. I don't really mind about that with him. In fact, I actually do think TrueUnderDawg, your content has been getting a lot better recently. But it's like,
but yet it hasn't gotten more views because that's not how YouTube works. Sometimes the slop is what gets the views. It's not always the amount of effort put in. But sorry, go on. I keep cutting people off. This is not
that's
good.
But that's about it. That's what I wanted to bring up. Is like that's
what Pyro says. He says that the slop channel is there to rake in the views and the money that he can put towards his passion projects, the big videos for the main channel. And then he puts out a fucking Breaking Bad reaction video or something on his main channel. Everyone's like, this is shit. And he's like, no, it's never happened again. I'm sorry.
He deleted that immediately or something. Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry. I thought, Snake, I thought you were insinuating something with Dog there.
The idea that Dog is putting out slot content to siphon into what, his comic or something?
Yeah, of course. Yes, his amazing comic.
What a smart person would do. I still haven't put my comic on Amazon, which I need to do because I don't think it's that hard to even put your book on Amazon and have them like print and ship it.
I've seen dumb shit on Amazon all the time. This is the easiest shit in the world.
My dad sells
it's like a
books on
40-page.
Amazon.
It's like a 40-page fetish story. If they can get on, your comic can get on. It's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So I mean, I made in Mike Hollow's video, I address a lot of this, like our stream that we do together. Me and Mike Hollow, I address a lot of the criticism, and it's funny because I find that a lot of the controversy about me was just complete lies. Like the fakest criticism ever is that I work for NetherRealm. That's the fakest one because there's no channel my size that roasts the game as much as I do. Like there's not one. Like I make a negative video on MK like every week or every 2 weeks. Like it just doesn't exist. You won't find other channels as big as me doing that, especially not ones that get invited out to stuff. You know, so that's the fakest critique ever. The clickbait one is a bit more believable, but in my defense, for like ever since that feature was added to YouTube where you can upload multiple thumbnails and see which one gets better clicks and better retention too, I've been getting those picked every time. So I just use the one that gets the most picks, and that's the ones that look more, you know, I guess clickbaity to people. But that's the audience is picking that one, not me for the most part. And also I brought up on Mike Hollow's video that this is I honestly believe this. If it was really seen as clickbait to my audience or even the average viewer, then the video duration would not be in the 6-minute mark. Like people wouldn't be sticking around watching. They'd leave immediately if it was actually clickbait. And they don't. They also wouldn't keep clicking because I've had this same, and I'm guilty of this, I've had the same thumbnail format for like 2 years now. So at this point, you know what you're getting when you click on it, because it's the exact same little Mortal Kombat circle in the back and the character in the front. At the bottom, there's text. So I don't think that it's...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. I'm pretty much done. I'm talking too much.
Sorry to run over you. I just think people like kind of confuse or like conflate like something being very clickable and kind of like easy to digest with clickbait, right? Because the definition of clickbait is like you click in for one thing and it's not about that thing at all. It's about something completely different, right? Whereas like if something's clickable, that's very different. That's just the game you have to play. I personally, like with my thumbnails, I try to keep them kind of low key. Like there are some where I'm like, oh, okay, like if I add in these certain elements, they'll be a little bit more clickable. But I honestly think like if you're just like I guess the most clickbait thing would just be to like have your face going, he did what? He said what? And like that's never been a thing that Dog has done. So
the sniper wolf method.
Exactly.
He has done that once or twice though, but yeah.
Well,
that is something Mike
recently,
Trelinsky does. He found the same 3 or 5 faces and he just recycles them. But it's so cleverly like done. I'm like, it's like bravo.
I think Russ Poesity did that too. He just like he has a folder of just reaction images of himself, just prepared.
I think at one point I had that too, but then I got a better camera and I was like, time to toss these because the newer camera looks nicer on my features.
Yeah, we can talk about TrueUnderDawg controversies all day, but I do kind of want to end off with one thing because I think this was something that I saw pretty funny.
Like Dog sees like, you have a controversy, and he either says, "First time," or he goes, "Mine are many, yours are but one."
But what I wanted to bring up, I was just as a final thing is like, because when you made the MK1 haters are stupid video, that video that got like 5 or 6 different responses from other YouTubers and stuff like that, I think I was scrolling through YouTube one time and I got this one person. I'm not gonna say who it is. I don't even completely remember who it is, but the thumbnail and the title just says, and this is apparently a nickname for you, TrueUnderDawg.
Oh,
Undies is at it again.
Undies.
On the thumbnail,
I like that.
And on the thumbnail is this underwear with like a little yellow and brown spot on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I would never.
Undies is on it again.
Never.
Again. Or something like that, basically. But he just called it undies. Yes. I just feel like I have to share that.
Oh god,
that's a good one. I like that.
That's why on the tier list it's have to eat my own shit because he's undies.
It's the same guy. It's the same guy. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Could you imagine if it's the same dude? Like, no.
I would. I think that's a good way to end this episode. Thank you for joining us, Baberuthless. Where can people find you?
What a hard transition. Thank you so much for having me on, guys. This was fun. It was interesting, is what I'll say. But I had a really good time. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about more of the obscure aspects of fighting games, like the stages or like different modes, basically anything except the gameplay. So you can find me there. But yeah, thanks. I appreciate being here again.
Awesome.
Let us know if we should try and convince her to come back on again for the third time. Be sure to watch the previous episode she was in. That was also a really good one because she was in it.
Yeah.
Check out her channel and let us know if you want her back on because I do.
And just so you guys know, she's the reason why we are downfalling into Fortnite slop right now. she got Snake and TrueUnderDawg down this path, so if everyone knows the culprit basically.
Well, now Snake is like the main instigator. Like he took that and ran with it. So
Peru. He pushed
Fortnite.
Dog to the limit.
Fortnite.
What is he holding?
oh god.
Fortnite.
He's gonna one pump us. No, he's gonna one pump undies. No, don't do that to undies.
No, my mag.
Your mag, gotta reload that.
Get on! I'm flexing as hard as I can. I'll stop the bullet.
You see my reaction? That's my reaction getting shot.
Victory Royale.
A T-pose. T-pose. There you go. Sub-Zero breakdancing. That's his emo.
doing
Yeah, the Horde's justice.